And I'm a junior marketing major here at UT. Today we're going to look at some of the highlights of our beautiful Riverside campus here in downtown Tampa. We'll start at Plan Hall. This historic building was opened in 1891 as the Tampa Bay Hotel and now serves as the main academic building here at UT, with 4 floors of classrooms as well as faculty and administrative offices. Next up, the Vaughn Center, the hub of campus life and activities. This multi-purpose building includes the campus bookstore, our primary cafeteria plus an additional food court, a theater, as well as offices and meeting rooms for student organizations. The Vaughn Center is also one of UT's residence halls, providing 5 floors of student rooms. Morsani Hall is another residence hall here at UT. In addition to housing approximately 450 students, this building offers another selection of eateries as well as a small grocery store. Now let's check out the Sykes College of Business. This academic building houses classrooms and faculty offices for UT's undergrad and graduate business students. This building also has a real-time stock trading room. Right next door is the Sykes Chapel for Faith and Values. This gorgeous interfaith chapel features a large main hall complete with a massive pipe organ, as well as meditation rooms and meeting rooms. Student healthcare is a major priority for us here at UT. The Dickey Health and Wellness Center is accessible to all students and provides high-quality services including basic medical care, counseling, and wellness programs. On the east side of campus, you'll find the McDonald-Kelsey Library. Here, students can learn from a large collection of books, periodicals, and digital databases. They can also take advantage of our numerous study rooms and computers. The Academic Success Center is another great resource for students. This is your one-stop shop for academic advising, coaching, and tutoring services. Whether you're a seasoned athlete or just want to shoot some hoops, the athletic facilities here at UT are hard to beat. The Bob Martinez Athletic Center includes a large gymnasium, a weight room, and training facilities. In addition, the campus features an aquatic center open year-round, 6 tennis courts, baseball and softball fields, a 1,500-seat stadium, as well as a lacrosse field and intramural complex. Need a break from studying? Head to Falk Theater and catch a play. This 1,000-seat historic theater serves as a home for all major performances made by UT's Department of Speech, Theater and Dance, as well as special guests. This is one of UT's newest facilities, the Innovation and Collaboration Building. Here you will find UT's very own Starbucks. In addition, classrooms, cybersecurity labs, study lounges, and the Loth Entrepreneurship Center, designed for student entrepreneurs to launch their startups. Thanks for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video tour of UT, we'd love to give you one in person. For more information or to schedule a campus visit, go to ut.edu.
unifying about a vibrant community of learning. Providing new knowledge, reimagining teaching and learning, designing and reinventing the spaces where we learn, live, and work, attracting and inspiring the best students and faculty, engaging locally and globally. These are essential to creating tomorrow for UT and our world. A campaign causes us to state what we stand for. It propels us to envision the future and work diligently in new and exciting ways. It inspires supporters to believe in the long-term value of campaign priorities. It impacts the world we inhabit today while we're creating tomorrow.
We are deeply grateful that so many of you stand with us. Together, we are developing UT as a model metropolitan community of learning.
We are pleased you enjoy the satisfaction of investing in the lives of students. Your heartfelt commitment makes for an electrifying connection among all of us.
Creating Tomorrow has been a campaign committed to advancing UT's mission and vision for the future. Our focus, the people, places, and purpose of the university, has transformed the UT educational experience and created a legacy of excellence.
We are where we are today, one of the most exciting times in UT history, because you accepted our challenge. You have helped us transform UT from a local treasure with potential to a prominent national figure on the educational scene.
On behalf of our campaign leadership team, we thank you for making so much possible. Because you care, because you believe, UT's future possibilities are unlimited.
At the heart of our university are its people, our students, faculty, and staff who come from around the world and from different backgrounds to share a singular experience. Our primary concern is making UT accessible to deserving students, and then ensuring their academic progress, personal development, and career readiness. Your support ensures that a UT education remains within reach to exceptional students from across a wide economic spectrum. Currently, 92% of UT's almost 9,000 students receive financial assistance. The Creating Tomorrow campaign is committed to increase student financial aid and academic program development. UT's strong experiential learning program is nationally recognized for the variety and number of experiences that shape our students' lives.
My UT scholarships are important because they allow me to focus on my studies and my future without the burden of financial struggles. I am currently a senior and have plans to attend law school next fall. This dream is possible because of the scholarships I've been awarded. Receiving financial aid has given me the time to compete on the cross-country team, become involved in student government, and to volunteer in the community. Each year, my scholarships have motivated me to achieve more academically. Thank you for believing in me.
Creating Tomorrow supports an innovative campus that reflects our defining value of educational excellence. We have always considered our campus setting as a resource. The construction of modern buildings and facilities during the campaign has transformed the UT landscape and enhanced the student experience. Projects supported by this campaign inspire a strong sense of community for everyone who lives, learns, and works at UT. It is the exceptional education which takes place beyond the impressive facades of our buildings that helps us attract and retain talented faculty and students. Students have access to the best faculty, facilities, tools, and resources to nurture their passions. Cutting-edge technology and equipment provide students with new ways of learning and engaging others. UT's excellent residential learning environment provides a variety of rich co-curricular learning experiences. Our emphasis is on developing the whole person.
We say we are changing lives to create tomorrow, and we mean it. Every day we stretch to do better, to do more, and to use UT's entrepreneurial spirit to accomplish the most we can. A UT education is an intense immersion experience. It creates a strong foundation for a productive life filled with opportunities and preparation for leadership and service. Skills and critical thinking abilities are honed through a challenging academic program and a rich set of co-curricular learning activities. International opportunities play a vital role in preparing UT students to compete in our increasingly global marketplace. The campaign utilizes unrestricted funds to enhance the whole university. These resources allow UT to adapt to changing circumstances and take advantage of emerging opportunities. By expanding programs that enrich the student experience, we strive to develop the whole person and prepare students for success after graduation.
We strive to maintain a remarkable level of support we see from alumni, parents, employees, and friends of the university. Thanks for your confidence in us. We will continue to be conscientious stewards of our resources. We recognize our responsibility to ensure that students leave their UT experience with knowledge and problem-solving abilities to develop a better world.
The Creating Tomorrow campaign has electrified a new sense of pride and enthusiasm about what is possible for UT when we all work together. Your passion and dedication are elevating this university ever higher. We are indeed fortunate to count you as our friends. Thank you for your support.
1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
Just another ordinary day at UT.
get me that microphone right there? That's the. Oh, that's not using for the night. Put that right here. Oh yeah. Nope.
All right, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Working great today.
Cool. Good stuff. Wait, I'm gonna test something real quick, Jeff.
All right.
So make sure your ears are.
Okay.
Hello, 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 hello.
That raised it.
Hello, 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 hello.
Even
hello.
more?
Does that raise my? Okay, now I can hear myself now. I couldn't hear
Okay.
myself. I could hear you. So
Okay.
It's these two right here. If you're ever by yourself and
Okay.
Yeah. Aiken.
And just make sure that that audio is down the far right one.
Yeah, it's all the way up.
Okay.
Yep.
You may have to look at their stats. Some of
That's
this
fine.
stuff is so
Yeah.
small.
Dude, I get you.
When I do basketball, they have us at the top row of the bleachers. They used to be on court side, so I had nice light.
Sure.
Now they have at the top. I have to bring a flashlight now.
No, you're good.
To read the other team's stats.
You're fine. I before I had LASIK, I used to have that problem. Now, fortunately, I can see really well, but it's still they printed just way too. I guess they're trying to fit all. I don't know.
That's the way most teams do it, but I love that Tampa does it like this.
Big enough, yeah. Well, they still fit. Well, do they have more stats?
Yeah.
They have two-sided. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. When he throws out the first pitch, I'm just going to quickly record that, and then we're going to get to it.
Feel free to do what you need.
Did he say what inning he was going to come up here in?
I said it didn't matter.
Okay.
And he said I'll come up at the start of an inning.
Okay, that's fine.
So you'll most likely see him come up.
No, that's fine. Because the thing is, I want everyone to get all their photos, and I don't want to impede on that. So I'm just going to have them do up here. And before we enter into the podcast, I'm just going to ask them, hey, can I ask you 2 questions? And then I'll give them my headset.
Okay. Just let them know it's for a project. Is that what it is for your doc?
So one's for a documentary, and the other part, I'm going to see if I can, because what I do is I do like the highlights of the games usually.
Mm-hmm.
I put them together, so I'm going to try to, it's hard to explain. I know what I'm doing. It's like you put the video with the visual.
All right.
You can splice them together.
Okay.
But yeah, I could say it's for a project, I guess, too, because I'm a marketing major. So
He seems very accommodating.
I just don't want to take up more of his time than he needs.
Right.
The thing is, I wish we could use this for that. Problem is, that's not strong enough to hold this.
Oh.
And the thing is, this, I already tested it. Gets the lines to the foul pole at least. It's just
Right.
It's just wider.
Right.
You would think this being open would make it less hot.
Yeah, if the breeze doesn't come in, though, it doesn't matter. I mean, there's
That's
a
true.
slight breeze. It's not terrible.
This is true.
It's going to get cooler. It's supposed to be actually cool tomorrow.
Is
like
it?
65 for the high again.
Good stuff. Is that a backwards Puerto Rico hat? It is. Wow. I never the baby blue hat.
Oh, okay. Oh, the other thing I was going to mention, too, and again, it's me just being picky,
That's fine.
is you reference the Mr. Empanada call to the bullpen.
Yeah, he said I could just say whatever.
Yeah, but I was thinking don't always make it them because there's 20 other sponsors.
Oh, you want to switch it up? Yeah.
And so
Do that,
I
yeah.
just
That's fine.
give everybody some equal time.
That's fine.
Either equal time or no time.
Well, I just thought I'd use it, but yeah.
It was a great call, but
yeah. Well, I grew up with the what was it? The Braves. Was it Verizon? I think it was
yeah, it's pretty typical.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't think they should get
all the
all the
Sure,
free
the
advertising.
lawyers, dude,
Just work your way down the
Krispy
scoreboard
Kreme,
or
Dunkin'
something.
Donuts. I like how they have it right next to each other.
Yeah,
Stuff.
yeah,
That's marketing.
not a conflict.
So they did that on purpose for sure. I bet you.
Should be just Dunkin' now. They haven't put a new one up.
That is true. Yeah.
I was talking to J.D. Urso. He said next year they're going to have an all-turf field.
Yeah, no, I was asking some of the players, because I saw them at the bar the other night, and I was saying, because I think LSU, or no, it was Elon when I played there, way back when, they had, like, this was all dirt, like the dirt was dirt, and then everything else was turf. Then when LSU had it for a while, only the foul territory was all turf, and then everything else was. So it's like when you wear cleats, I always thought that'd be interesting, because like if I have metal cleats on, and that's turf and that's grass, it's going to get caught in turf.
Right.
not
Well, he
grass.
said they're going all turf.
Well, yeah, you have to go one or the other. That's why I
Right.
was shocked that
Can't
you
do
could
50-50.
In high school, I played an all-turf field when I was a freshman, and I transferred as all-turf. So.
Now, have you been to Trop to see games? The one thing I thought was weird is I didn't walk on the field, but I noticed, like, it's all turf.
Sure.
But at the warning track, it goes from green grass to brown. But I'm like, does it change
I don't know
texture?
why.
Because you wouldn't. It's a warning track, and if you don't feel
I
the
saw the
texture
same
change,
thing, but I never
you're not
walked
going to
on it.
notice it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just because you're not looking down to see what color it is.
The Rays have. I'm doing a marketing project for school on it, and there's a lot of reasons why the Rays aren't doing successful ticket-wise. Nonetheless, their team's good. They should be doing well. They don't do, like, for instance,
Good, he showed up.
they're doing more of the stuff. Like, they're doing, like, some promotion stuff over there. They're doing, like, I'm making up a mascot race
Sure.
of some sort.
Sure.
The Rays don't. They have mascots. They just don't utilize what they have.
Right.
I think they either need to leave Tampa or they need to go to Ybor. But that's.
I'd love Ybor.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
I
like
mean, to me, from where we are, it's 50-50. It doesn't matter the drive.
No, sure, but just imagine saying.
But you're getting Lakeland and you're getting Orlando.
Sure. Imagine you have some friends be like, hey, I'll meet at a bar. We'll do that. Or if I can't get in, we'll just watch it from the bar, and then there's that bar.
Yep.
It builds a culture,
Yep.
and they don't have that.
But it also gives you a few million people on this side of the bay.
They never gave Rays fans a chance to be fans.
Right.
Because the Yankees, I mean, they took over this whole side, so it's like if you at least competed with them,
Yeah.
from '98 on, and then now you have 2 World Series appearances.
Yeah.
I have a whole spiel on that.
Well, as soon as we notice the players are getting lined up, we'll get ready to go.
Good stuff. You'll flip it. I'm gonna get the. I think they're doing first pitch.
He's going to throw out the first, so we want to be out here when he's doing that so we can mention it.
Sure, you mention it, and I'll try to do both at the same time, which I can talk and do both.
Let me ask Tom something.
Sure, go for it.
So you're on your own tomorrow, or you had a sidekick.
I did last week. He's actually visited him yesterday. I did a food review. I went to the Brave Spring training last night. I drove like an hour 50 some odd. I don't know if that's the actual time, but I went down there and got to do a food review. Got to see around the stadium. I was hoping they'd have the World Series stuff there. They have opening like welcome week this week with all this trophy celebration. So they have this kind of own little town of its own, kind of like the Yankees do. And got to do that. But no, he helped call last week, and
Yeah.
I got it. I think I get the hang of it. I talk a lot as it is, so I'm not worried about it. It's just it's the second game around the 7th inning. Like, just staying, like, I'll just take my ADD medicine again, because honestly, I can't. It also, last week, you missed 15-1. It was like, the first game was pretty quick, and then the second one it didn't stop.
Yep.
But yeah, no, it's not hard. I'm excited. It'll be good. There's also only one game tomorrow, so are you gonna be here for the Sunday game or the festival?
I'm thinking about it.
Okay.
I may not.
Okay.
But I'll let you know before
Okay.
tonight's over.
I'm gonna be there.
Okay.
Anyway. I live like that.
Okay.
Way, so.
I'm just thinking 3 drives in 3 days.
No, I get you. I'm able to do it.
Want to do something with Devin.
Do what you gotta do. How's she doing today?
Great. She's going to come to basketball tomorrow.
Cool. What a heartbreaking loss to point set. We were watching it from here. I was like, how did it happen? I thought he got fouled. And
It's a well-designed play. All right, let's turn it up, and I'll say, just turn it on.
Welcome to the University of Tampa baseball, and we'll get started for the game in a couple seconds. But first, we will have our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts
Okay.
All right, welcome back to the University of Tampa baseball as the Tampa Spartans, #1 ranked in the nation, get ready to take on South Carolina Aiken, a 3-game weekend series, starting with a single game today, a game tomorrow, and a game Sunday. Coming out to throw out the first pitch is a man who's very familiar with this program, Tampa Bay Ray Kevin Kiermaier, who works out with his team every year as he gets ready for the Major League Baseball season. And he looks like he's in mid-season form, ready to go.
Jack just inside corner, got a perfect strike there to start off tonight's ball game.
He didn't do a flip or anything like I've seen some people do when they do that, though. Kevin Kiermaier, and he said he's going to come up and talk to us for a little bit after the game gets going. And I said, what do you want me to talk about? He said, don't care. Talk about anything you want.
Well, an even bigger appearance by Spartacus, first of the appearance here today. I'm excited. 3-time Gold Glove winner and Platinum Glove
Spartacus
winner.
or Kevin?
Well, I haven't asked Spartacus, but I know for a fact Kevin Kiermaier definitely has those stats to back him up.
Okay. As we get ready for this game, Spartans come in with a 5-1 record. South Carolina Aiken comes in at 4-2. This is the 3rd consecutive weekend that the Spartans will be playing a Peach Belt Conference team. Spartans took 2 out of 3 against Georgia College and then took all 3 games last week against Georgia Southwestern. Spartans taking the field, and we're just about ready for the first pitch. Sorry for the delay. One of the umpires got caught in traffic and had a 13-inning game just prior to this and couldn't get here.
Sounds like Tampa traffic, Jack. Not super excited for tonight's game in general. Obviously, you missed Saturday's doubleheader, the 15-1, so Spartans are coming off a huge offensive show. Dan Sullivan, I would say, is the key player from those 2 games, hitting multiple doubles and a home run in his own right.
And the Spartans will be getting ready for this game with, as I said, a 5-1 record. And on the mound will be Herb pitching again. He's been the Friday night starter for the Tampa Spartans so far. Drew Earhart is his battery mate behind the plate. Giving you the batting order for the South Carolina Aiken Ball Club, they will have number 8, and that is McQuillan. And he is the center fielder. Sear, number 1, batting second at second base. In the right field batting third is number 10, Hannon. Batting cleanup is the first baseman, number 21, Tip. Batting fifth is the DH, number 17, Graves. Batting sixth is the third baseman, number 7, Blankenship. I should say that the cleanup hitter is Tripp, not Tip. Batting sixth is number 7, Blankenship. Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 42, Sharp. Batting eighth is the catcher, number 4, Mastalone. Batting ninth is the shortstop, number 18, Littlefield, and they will have Hunter Steger on the mound, and he has been their Friday night starter so far. Spartans with a 3-game sweep of Georgia Southwestern. Again, all Peach Belt Conference teams early in the season for Tampa. And the good thing about that is they're regional games if you can dominate them, and so far the Spartans have. Jack Ike along with Tate Gebhardt as we get ready for this game.
I'm excited. It's the first time I've seen this packed of a house in a long time. Obviously, we had a COVID season in between, obviously packed houses. I mean, it was pretty packed this Saturday, but obviously with Kevin Kiermaier being in attendance, Spartacus, number 1 team in the nation, we're looking forward to a good one here tonight, Jack.
We hope that the PA isn't too overpowering as we start. We can't really tell. We can hear each other, but we get ready to go and start this game. They don't have any common opponents yet, but one thing that South Carolina Aiken has done is played Florida Southern. They've already played a Sunshine State Conference opponent and took 1 of 3 games. The first pitch from Herb.
Looked very similar to the first pitch from Kiermaier, actually, on the outside corner, 0-1.
Now, I know we've had 2 games since then, but when Herb pitched last Friday,
fantastic.
2 walks to start the game.
Yeah.
Hit a batter, loaded the bases up before they started.
Yeah.
Then he struck out the side.
Sure, yeah, no, he came back after the first inning.
Yeah.
I actually completely forgot about that. Yeah. He dominated so well, I forgot about the first inning stuff. Pacer. So
Pacers,
I have to ask you this, Jack. If these 2 teams had mascots and they both fought, who would win, a Spartan or a Pacer?
Or a Pacer. I'd pick a Spartan.
You think a Spartan?
Yeah.
Horses can kick pretty hard, Jack.
That's true.
But also
you can hide from a horse, so.
That is also true.
You can jump on him. Swing and a miss. Herb bringing some heat early.
Living on that outside corner early. It seems to be working out. 2 strikes so far.
Spartans, as I said last weekend, 8-2 winners on Friday, 6-0 on Saturday first game, and then a 15-1 game that you had to sit through.
I had to sit through, and obviously I enjoyed it as a Spartan myself. 15 runs, a bunch of different ways they've scored those runs. I honestly can't remember some of them, but I remember for sure Sullivan turned on one and just went. If that netting was not there, would have been in a Salsa Rico bowl somewhere over there where the students are sitting.
Now, if I'm remembering correctly, you now have to do 2 miles at this point, or just one?
1 mile. So it's every home run. It's not
home game.
Run. Now, if it's a grand slam, that's the only time I'll ever count the runs accompanied.
Come on, don't do total bases.
Oh, I would be running from here to California, Jack.
What Tate has said is at the end of the season, he will add up all home runs hit while he's broadcasting and run a mile for each one.
Yep, and last year, I think, if I remember correctly, I looked up somewhere around 20. So
that was total.
Total. That's what I'm saying. I didn't see the home totals.
Figure half. So you got about a 10 mile.
Still got some.
You got a half marathon.
For someone who hasn't run in about 3 years, it's going to be a lot.
Ground ball going out to second. Winkelmeyer to Sullivan. 1 up, 1 down.
Good way to start this game. Nice job by Winkelmeyer. I saw something. Urso and Winkelmeyer always do this handshake. They hadn't had the chance to ask them, but you should watch it in between innings when they come out. It's something pretty cool, actually, they have going on there. A little bit of sensei action. It's really cool.
Spartans have Earhart behind the plate with Herb on the mound. We have Sullivan at first, Winkelmeyer second, Lyons at third, and J.D. Urso is the shortstop.
Drew also caught the first game on Saturday action, and the second game I believe Rulai caught some of that 15-1 showdown. So, nonetheless, Herb with the pitch.
Outfield for the Spartans has Lala, Cadenas, and Cumbo. A couple newer players in the lineup this year, but they return just about every starter from last year as well. Drew Earhart's so talented that he's moved behind the plate, so that allows him to get another good bat in the lineup. That one is hit out into center field. Cadenas on his horse, going back toward the wall, hits the base of the wall, and that's going to be at least a double. Throw coming in, sliding into second with the base hit is Sear. A player familiar with this ballpark. He transferred from Nova Southeastern.
Interesting choice to do so.
Solid hit over Cadenas, straightaway center field, and with 1 out, there's a man on second. Coming to the plate will be Hannon.
That's on Hannon.
Hannon coming in a .308 hitter on the year. Started in all 6 games. Leads the team with 26 at-bats right now.
Also leads in doubles, has 3 so far.
7 RBI leading the team, so he is a threat right now, folks. Welcome to a beautiful night in Tampa, about 80 degrees right now. Not much of a breeze. Actually, no breeze if you look at the flag, which you can't see in right field.
It'll be interesting to see how Herb gets out of it. It seems like once he gets in a rhythm, he's fine, but how does he get in that rhythm? We'll find out here right now.
That one's hit foul, out of play.
We need to put up signs on both the right field, left field, on these little areas, little danger zones. Yeah.
Herb comes in this year, Hayden Herb, with 2 appearances, both starts, has 2 wins on the season, has a total of 9 innings pitched, 9 hits, 4 runs, 2 of them earned, walked 5, struck out 14, so he's got that almost a 3-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. You like to be at least 2-to-1.
He's doing well so far. Just interesting to see how he gets out of this first inning double.
A little low in the dirt. Interesting note of contrast is South Carolina Aiken comes in with a .245 team batting average, and the Spartans come in and they have a .321 team batting average. 70-point difference. It's early. I mean, each team 6 games, but Spartans are hitting almost a 400 on-base percentage. Popped up, giving chase. Is there room? Earhart near the screen, and it hits the screen, and
barehanded catch.
He doesn't get any credit for that, though.
Not at all. Still interesting choice to go with the bare hand. One stat that did interest me when I was looking at both these teams, double plays turned.
I saw that.
They have 9 so far in a 6-game season.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
And I think have only been turned once.
Opponents 1. Yeah. I can tell based off what I'm looking at. And they
2-2.
I do also want to mention they've picked off a combined 3 people so far this year. So
they're conscious of base runners.
Looks something to look for.
2-2 count to Hannon. Outside, went looking for it, but held his swing.
Tough angle for the umpire to see.
Yeah, he's straight on, We did start a little late tonight, as we mentioned. One of the umpires had a game that went overtime.
Now, do we know if he gets paid overtime, Jack?
No, you don't. I guess we should be correct and say extra innings.
Sure, indeed.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Sear on second, the pitch. Up the middle, caught by Urso. That one just sort of, is it going to get there for Urso to make the catch? And it did get out there just a little beyond second base, and he caught it before it hit the turf.
It's one of those weird ones where it lags at you, and you have to make a decision, do I commit all the way to this? Because if you go over it, it's going to be by you, and there's going to be a first score of the game. So it was an interesting choice by Urso. Nice job to get the second out, and maybe we'll get out of here with no runs.
Sear was conscious of it and scampered back to the base. We should take this time, too, to point out, while it's still light out, there's beautiful Tampa skyline every day.
I mention it every time I'm on here. It's a really beautiful view.
Before
One
it
of the
gets
best,
too dark.
definitely in D2, and I probably could say in D1 as well. Just having the city in the background and the palm trees on the school, it's pretty cool.
That is downtown Tampa. It's downtown Tampa. It is a downtown campus.
Indeed, yeah.
There, you can't see it, but there is a river separating downtown from the campus, the Hillsborough River.
The last couple championship parades we've had here in Tampa goes across that. Maybe Tom Brady. I don't know where he threw the Super Bowl trophy.
There have been a few teams who've won things in Tampa recently, right?
Yeah, double lightning. They had one, for
Super
the Buccaneers.
Bowl.
Yeah, we had the Rowdies in the championship. We had he went on that one. I believe the Tarpons actually were in their own championship as well. They don't believe they ended up winning, but they were in the low A.
The Yankees?
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, Tampa Bay still alive and well.
Yeah. 1-1. This is Tripp, the first baseman. 294 on the year. That one gets away. Sear will hustle down to third, and now he's 90 feet away from scoring.
Is that a wild pitch or a pass ball? Wild pitch. Okay.
I go wild.
Your vote?
My vote, I would say it's a wild pitch. Just barely got off the ruse. If it was more in his glove and he, went by him, I would say.
It sounded like they were asking for opinions from the Peanut Gallery.
I didn't know if they're asking from our end. I think that was definitely a wild pitch. As much as a pitch, I would rather give it a pass ball. I know that's a wild pitch. I've thrown a few.
2-1 on the way. 3-1.
It's always interesting when you're number one in the nation. How will teams respond? Will they come out a little timid, or will they come out, energized, hoping to knock off number one? We'll be interested to see how they do that here tonight.
3-1 now. Some nice heat called strike. 3-2. Tripp was heading to first. They called him back.
Tripp has 1 home run on the year. He has 2 doubles and 5 hits, obviously batting .294. So really interesting to see if he adds to his total right here right now.
Now they might have a little pop. They have 5 home runs already in 6 games. Tampa has 3. 3-2 on the way. Swing and a miss.
Huge pitch there by Herb.
Spartans get out of the inning. Give up a second batter double to Sear, and he's stranded at third. We played a half an inning. The Spartans are coming to bat. No score right here on TampaSpartans.tv.
Just another ordinary day at UT.
No score as the Spartans come to bat. We'll set the lineup for you for the Spartans. It'll be E.J. Cumbo leading off, and he is the right fielder. Drew Earhart, the catcher, batting second. Jamarcus Lyons, third base, batting third. Danny Sullivan, the first baseman, is cleanup. Glancy will be the fifth hitter, followed by J.D. Urso is sixth. Jordan Lala is batting seventh. Jose Cadenas batting eighth. He is the center fielder, and Nathan Winkelmeyer is batting ninth. He is the second baseman. On the mound for South Carolina Aikens will be Steger, and he comes in with no record so far this year, but this will be his second start of the year, and has pitched just 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, all of them earned. He's walked 1, struck out 5, has an ERA of 2.86 right now. Setting the field for you is Steger is on the mound. At first base is Tripp. Sear is at second. Sharp here at Littlefield is at short. Blankenship is at third. Sharp, McQuillan, Hannon are left, center, and right.
Interesting choice by Urso to have Cumbo bat first. I think he's a natural leadoff hitter, so let's see if my belief in that is right. He has a couple doubles last game as well.
Yeah, he pounded the ball Friday night. I know I went over and did basketball, and you got to watch the
Talk about a heart-breaking game, Jack. 76, 0.6 left. And
0.6.
Who would have thought you could get a shot off in 0.6 seconds, Jack?
Well, it was a well-designed play by Barry. They had the ball under their own basket, to the left of the basket, left of the lane, and they lobbed it all the way across the lane. They didn't try to toss it up to the rim.
Sure.
They lobbed it so that their guy jumped away from the basket and away from contact.
Interesting.
And he was able to catch it. There's Cumbo. Eats him up a little bit, but a long throw gets him one out. Nice play by the third baseman, Blankenship. But anyway, yeah, they caught it fading away and banked it in at the buzzer.
One of those games you hopefully flush and move on.
Well, they did. They won Wednesday. They went to Rollins and had a 10-point win there. Big game because they're still fourth in the conference, and the top 4 get home court for the conference tournament.
Okay.
The women just keep rolling.
They've been good at least since I've been here.
Yep. Drew Earhart to the plate. First pitch, a little inside. Earhart on the year now, a .375 hitter. Already with 24 at-bats. Cumbo leading the team has 30 at-bats already this year.
Interesting, they're pitching to Drew inside. I wonder if they're seeing something maybe in tapes. Now I don't know. Usually someone like Drew, I would think he would want something inside to pull, but nonetheless, that's how they're setting him up right now.
Down the middle, call strike, 2-1, looking all the way. Hit out into right field. Barely moving is the right fielder Hannon. Finally just moved a couple steps to his right and makes the catch.
Well, it looks like the Spartans have their eye on the ball. It's just hitting right at both the third baseman and the right fielder for South Aiken.
Now, last week started a game at 6 o'clock. This is just a few minutes later, but no clouds in the sky, and the lights had not taken over the ballpark by that time.
Some beautiful Friday night baseball.
Now we have a cloudy sky, so the lights have bathed the ballpark. Jamarcus Lyons at the plate for Tampa. Just outside, Lyons comes in with a .263 average on the year. I always like it once we get a couple series in because they have legitimate batting averages.
Indeed.
Down the line and foul into the bullpen. We'll have to tell you, with our camera setup, we have just limited room here in the press box, so our camera is stationary. So we're as close as we can from line to line, but you will lose the ball if it goes down the left or right field line. We won't move it to show you anything. We just can't. So trust us.
Trust our voice, follow it.
The pitch. Whoa!
Interesting motion there by Steger, how he pitches. It's almost like, I don't want to say over the top, but almost an interesting 3/4 motion. And also, you said bullpen. We were mentioning this last week with Pete wanting to call an arm barn. What's your vote in the matter?
2-1. Fouled back.
Both sound good to me, nonetheless.
Yes.
Sullivan up. Oh,
Danny Sullivan retrieving that ball. Those are the other duties as assigned for a college player. In the pros, you don't do that.
You have someone who looks like me with no name on the back of the jersey and not there to grab a ball.
We just say BB or
sure.
88 or
if you watch Savannah Bananas game, which I don't know if you watched that, they actually have a guy dressed up as Batman. They're not there, so Bat
nice.
Boy is there. It's a kid in the Batman costume. It's pretty funny. I enjoy it. But
3-2 count with 2 outs, I should say. Swing and a miss ends the inning. So we've come through with a scoreless first inning. At the end of 1, no score between Tampa and South Carolina Aiken right here on TampaSpartans.tv.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your...
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to ask you that.
Top of the second inning we go. Hayden Erb on the mound for the Spartans. Leading off will be Graves, the designated hitter for South Carolina Aiken. No score, top of the second. Erb, even though he's a starter, is in the stretch all the time. Just some pitchers more comfortable with that. First pitch called a strike.
We're here with Kevin Kiermaier to enjoy some Tampa baseball. I only have two questions for you. You're a 3-time Gold Glove winner.
Erb in the stretch.
You had the entire next generation of baseball in front of you. What's something you would tell them?
Swing and a miss. Big swing by Graves.
That's a good question. It's hard to pick out one thing. You know what? I'm one of those guys who play hard and good things will happen. It's a lot easier said than done. That's what has helped.
No balls, 2 strikes.
I just feel like I might not be the best player on the field, but I feel like I put out more.
Goes outside, 1 and 2. Just wanted to see if Graves would bite. On deck is Blankenship, followed by Sharp.
Awesome. You're a 3-time Gold Glove winner. I would give yourself a little more credit than that. I do want to say there's been a lot of Major League players like yourself coming to the University of Tampa. We've seen Nolan Arenado actually stop on the field, Marcus Stroman, and of course...
Ball way outside, 2 and 2 now.
So I have to ask, what attracts you to an organization like the University of Tampa?
To be honest, I was just recommended by a former teammate, Brandon Gomes, who's now the GM for the Dodgers. He used to come here, and when I made my rookie year, like I said, 2004.
2-2 on the way.
And you should try to go get
down the middle, strike 3. Strikeout for Erb. Second strikeout of the game.
Very beneficial, so I came and did it all immediately. And I've been coming back every year since, so thank you, Joe Urso, Samuel, Jose, for allowing me to come out here, but this cannot beat my setup.
Okay, and one final question. I'm doing a thing this year, one of the broadcasters. Every home run that the Spartans hit, I will run a
so these ones can hit. Thank you. Just remind me now.
Fouled back. Blankenship at the plate.
There you go.
Herb on the mound, Blankenship at the plate, and sitting next to me now is Kevin Kiermaier. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me. What a view you got up here.
Well, at least
great.
the breeze is finally coming in. The Tampa Bay Rays Gold Glover, who works out with this team for multiple years now.
Yeah, I've been coming here since 2014.
Wow.
And boy, little did I know at the time how great of a relationship, friendship that I was going to build with all the players who've come here, but especially Joe Urso, Sam Militello, Jose Jimenez. Just incredible how good they treat me year in, year out. And I come out here, I love working with these guys. The players they bring in are great players on the field, but really good guys off the field as well. And this is a winning program, so it's just fun to be around to help me prepare myself for a season, but also to give back and help these young guys out.
What do you come in here to do when you're practicing with this team? Are there certain things you want to work on, or do you just practice like they do?
I just want to be on my feet and on a baseball field as much as possible. The more you're out here putting in work, I do all the drills with the outfielders and hit batting practice. Corey Kluber has been coming here, who just signed with the Rays before this lockout, and we've been playing catch with each other, so I'm able to get all the work I need to prepare myself for the season ahead, and you cannot beat the setup. I mean, look at this. This is
downtown
I'm so
Tampa.
lucky to have the setup I do, and once again, I have to credit Joe Urso and the staff for allowing me to come back.
Do you think it's an advantage you have over other players who maybe just have to throw in at the high school gym or something?
100%. I'm getting a beautiful field each and every day. This great weather in Tampa. Shagging batting practice is so big for me. That's what I love to do, and it helps me be the defender I am. That's where I take it very seriously, because you cannot do any drill that will get you more ready for the game than shagging batting practice. And also hitting it, watching the flight on your ball, and doing a bunch of different things is so beneficial. But man, once again, I'm just so lucky to be out here, and I just have a great thing going with these guys in this program, and I'm forever grateful. I promise you that.
Like twice a year, I come out and shag flies before games. I show up early, and it's funny because I'll go out there and Joe says, "Is your insurance paid up?" I'm saying, "I'm covered. You're fine."
Yeah.
And he says they don't mind it because it's usually pitchers shagging flies. So when I'm out there, they're like, "That's yours."
Yep. Yeah. Pitchers like to try to get their work in, but I always have to remind them, because I work with the outfielders more than anyone else here, and I say, fellas, I know you guys want to run down balls and relive the glory days in high school and Little League of you guys saying how good you are at center field, but let the outfielders work. These guys, they're trying to help you out when you're out there on the mound, so please let them get their work in, because we're trying to get live reads off the bat.
Yeah. I'm just doing it
right there.
I know.
Big strikeout.
Herb has really been tough. We mentioned his first game last Friday. I don't know if this is the start you want, but he walked the first two batters, hit the third batter, and then struck out the side.
Oh, wow. Well, not quite how you draw it up, but if you had the ability to get out innings like that, that's what the best pitchers in the game do. So,
just got one more.
The way you draw it up, but you gotta, if your back's against the wall, you like to see how teammates respond. And glad he got out of that one.
Just one more thing. You said nothing was really off limits. So, what is the status, and what do you think is going to happen in the next few weeks for Major League Baseball?
I'm not sure. Everyone who asked me that question this whole offseason, I say, I promise when I say this, when you know is just as much as me,
Sure.
It's the truth. We get some emails that'll recap, meetings, but up until this point right now, there hasn't been a whole lot of traction. But I saw today that both sides they're meeting tomorrow and also agreeing to possibly meet every day next week. So
Nice.
At least the effort seems to be there from both sides, and hopefully we can get something worked out. I'm ready. I think I'm speaking for a lot of other guys out there. We want to play and hope all this will get settled. But I always tell people as well, this reminds you, baseball is such a great game, even at the major league level, best of the best, but it's a business as well. If the business side of things don't happen, then the game doesn't happen, unfortunately. and I hate it more than anyone, but these things happen at times, so hopefully we're on the field soon, though.
Herb with the strikeout there to end the inning, and it's just, you guys are going through the negotiations, but it's just like negotiations if you were a factory or anybody. It's you got to get to that 11th hour and get some urgency, it seems like, before it gets all serious.
Yeah, and just being honest about both sides, MLB versus the union, no one wants to give up that leverage, and we're just trying to figure out what the middle ground is to agree on something. And once again, hopefully we figure it out. I'm ready to go, and I can't wait till I get that call. But in the meantime, I'm going to come out here and get my work in with these boys, and I'm so lucky to do that.
Well, Kevin Kiermaier, thank you for joining us, and we look forward to watching you this year.
All right, thanks for having me.
You guys have been great to us, so we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah. You're the most popular guy in the ballpark. This is him. Oh, we're back. Go ahead and turn us up again.
So special thanks to KK Kevin Kiermaier for coming up and talking to us, and he's just a fixture here when the Spartans get ready to start the season. And he, as he mentioned, just uses this to get ready for Major League Baseball.
Yeah, really nice guy. I got to ask him a few questions for this documentary I'm doing, and he actually signed something for my cousin Cody, who couldn't be here tonight, has a football game. So super nice of him, and love to see him at the ballpark. Everyone apparently showed out for him. We may have, I didn't want to say to him, but we may have more people than the Rays, honestly, folks. We have a lot of people here in attendance tonight.
Yeah. Dan Sullivan at the plate for the Spartans. Bottom of the second, no score. Sullivan's popped a couple out of the ballpark so far this year. Looks at that one outside.
Talked to him to the bar Saturday night after you told him, I'm like, you just cost me a mile. Please just look, hit some triples off the wall if you need to. Just nonetheless, let's see if Sullivan can do something with this right here.
2-0. Swing and a miss. Did not have a take sign on there, but a little off-speed pitch by Steger. And another big swing, 2-2. Luke Glancy on deck for Tampa. Popped up, out of play, way out. That'll scare somebody on Cass Street.
Yeah, it for sure will scare someone on Cass Street. I was driving the other day wondering, like, if I was driving and a foul ball just went right through my window.
You can sort of tell if you look around the ballpark. You see the outfield wall with the red fence, but then you see some holes going up much higher. There's netting all around this ballpark because it's basically, that is hit deep. You may be running some more.
I may be running.
You may be running again. You are. Another mile for Tate Gebhardt as Dan Sullivan to straightaway center field, and the Spartans lead 1-0.
I think with some running shoes, Jack. Ring the bells, everyone. We got a new bell tower over there, Dan Sullivan. Second home run here at home, third, I believe, on the year.
Yes. Boy, he got all of that one. Straight away center field off Steger, and the Spartans lead 1-0.
I mean, you can kiss
Here's the replay of that. Maybe not. Okay. It went out.
It went out, and it went out a mile. I mean, that was to dead center, and that was not close to being out. That was,
I believe dead center is 390 here.
Oh, that at least had to go 410 without that bird cage being there.
Glancy, ground ball. Sear, and the out. But Tate, you mentioned that you thought Dan Sullivan might have an eye for Steger. Well, he did.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, I told him not to any more home runs. He got me nice enough man to buy me a Corona, and super nice guy. Had a long talk with him, and actually never got the chance to actually meet him. So really cool to meet Sullivan, but he's got some major pop, and we just saw it right there.
J.D. Urso to the plate. Coach of the legendary Joe Urso, son, I should say, coach, son of the legendary coach Joe Urso.
That's got to be really cool. We mentioned it obviously Saturday, but they're going to look back on these times later on in life and be like, that was something pretty cool we did.
I've been doing these games long enough to know when JD used to just show up to watch his dad coach.
It's surreal for you, Jack.
Well, he dropped down on that one, Steger did. A little sidearm, got the strike call, 1-1.
I would like to say Kevin Kiermaier may have predicted that home run before. One of the questions I asked him for the documentary is, do you have any advice for me when I run my miles at the end of the season? Because be careful, these boys can hit.
Yeah.
Man, can
First
they.
batter after that.
Hits a home run.
J.D. Urso coming in 471 on the year.
We have a fan throwing a ball back, trying to throw it back, and actually threw it on top of the dugout, folks.
Nice.
Slowly rolling over. But, yeah, J.D. Urso, his stats.
471, but he only has 17 at-bats. So he's hitting well. 8 hits already. Fouled back.
And the reason I mentioned Steger would be favorable to lefties, it's just that motion he has. He shows a lot. For righties, it's tough to catch up with the way his arm works, but for lefties, it gives him more time through the zone.
One ball, 2 strikes. Slow pitch. Stayed outside. 2-2. Game time tomorrow, 3 o'clock, as it's only a single game. And then Sunday, it's noon. And he goes swinging at that one, 2 down.
Well, Jack, you'll be calling basketball tomorrow. I will definitely be here for the Saturday game and Sunday game. You may be joining us also for Sunday, waiting to see on that.
Now, you did doubleheader last week. We've both done doubleheaders.
Yes.
Do you prefer, and now you live close.
Yeah.
I don't.
Indeed.
Do you prefer Saturday, Sunday, or would you rather get it done Saturday?
It depends on the games. The 15-1 second game made it interesting for us at the end because we also had a friend of mine on there to talk, so it was fun. I enjoyed it. I enjoy doubleheader. More baseball is better for me. Anything more than one is better than one to me. So I don't know. I like one game, but more baseball to me is always more baseball, and I like baseball. So
okay. Jordan Lala at the plate. Left fielder made a couple big catches last Friday night.
Robbed a home run. Probably.
A grand slam.
News of the week. Some kids who've never heard of the game of baseball talking in the class. Have you heard about that kid who hit the home run? I was like, yeah, I got the chance to actually call that. But yeah, it made its news around campus, and just amazing rob by Lala.
Bases loaded, and he went over the fence in left field and took it back.
And honestly, could have saved the series.
Ended up being just a sac fly. Swing and a miss.
Who knows what would happen if he doesn't rob that, though? Because in the time of it,
at the time was
4-1.
Yeah.
So that would have been a tie game, and maybe the weekend goes the other way. But all Spartans, all last weekend. So looking to continue that here right now.
It was a potential momentum changer,
for sure.
1-2. Outside, 2-2. Goes down again and gets the strikeout. So Steger gives up the home run, but has been pretty solid otherwise. 3 strikeouts. But we've played now 2 complete, and a Dan Sullivan home run has given the Spartans a 1-0 lead. So we go to the top of the 3rd. Tampa 1, South Carolina Aiken 0 right here on TampaSpartans.tv.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
Top of the third we go. Hayden Erb on the mound for the Spartans after 2 innings. 4 strikeouts. Did give up a double in the first. Runner stranded at third. And leading off will be Mastalone. The catcher. Does not have a batting average this year and still may not. He does not. Grounds out to Jamarcus Lyons. 6-3. Brings the number 9 hitter to the plate, and that's Littlefield. Littlefield, a 105 batting average. As we mentioned, we're still early, and a lot of these players just don't have enough at-bats.
Indeed.
Or haven't gotten into their stride yet.
It's one of my favorite parts of the season. You can go from batting 100 to 700 in one game. So.
Easily. He has 19 at-bats, 2 hits right now.
So maybe not 700, but he can make up a lot of ground here. It was interesting. I hate to cut you off. In Saturday's game, we were talking about this in the second game. Spartans put 3 on the board without having a single hit. It was the first time I've ever seen more than 1 run scored without a single hit.
Wow.
It was interesting.
Errors, walks?
Walks, errors, hit by pitch, all the works. It was an interesting. I believe it was the first, yeah. He scored about every inning in that second game.
(1-1) with 1 out. Off-speed strike.
Herb seems to have settled down a little bit.
Again, thanks to Kevin Kiermaier. I notice he's down to the left by the Spartan dugout, and people are taking advantage of photo ops he's allowing them. Swing and a miss. Make it 5 strikeouts.
Herb continuing the strong performance. Also got to give shout out to Herb for putting TampaSpartans.tv in his story today. Helps us out a lot. New Spartan this year.
And he's become a solid Friday night starter. That's your ace.
Indeed. It's all college baseball right now. Obviously, we're talking about the lockout. Division I has started up as well.
So 1 time through the batting order for Erb, 9 batters. He has 5 strikeouts. Gave up 1 hit. Now we're back to the top of the order, and it's McQuillan, who grounded out to start the day.
I would say games like these are really important for the Spartans. If they could win this and maybe a new freshman or something sees a game, maybe they'll come out another Friday night. So we love the shout out to the marketing team for putting some of this stuff together. Really doing a great job here tonight.
Strike call outside. 0-2 quickly with 2 outs. That looked good. Strike call.
That might be strike two.
That count isn't right.
Unless we're having a forced strike. Oh, that's a ball.
No, okay. Wow.
Either he called it a strike and they put it a ball, or they're behind and they put it a one. Either way, 1 and 2. I was confused as well.
1-2. There's a strike. Boy, that throws him and gets out of the inning. So
buckle my ankle.
Herb up here strikes out the side, has 6 strikeouts for the game now. We've played 2.5, and it is still Tampa 1 and South Carolina Aiken nothing right here on TampaSpartans.tv.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
And I may do stuff like the lock.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
8-9-1 for the Spartans here in the bottom of the third. That'll be Cadenas, Winkelmeyer, and Cumbo. Tampa leading 1-0 right now on the strength of a Dan Sullivan home run to straightaway center field to lead off the second. Cadenas looking for some stats here. Is a 385 hitter on the year, 5 hits, 13 at-bats. Ball right to the second baseman. Sear waits, makes the catch. One quick out will bring Winkelmeyer to the plate. Nicholas at a .214 batting average early, as we said. It's 3 hits, 14 at-bats this year. Does have a double and a run batted in. Looks at a call strike.
It'll be interesting to see how Winkelmeyer, as a lefty, takes this. I think he had his eye on that last one, but just didn't pull the trigger.
Watches it way outside. 1-1.
Steger almost like slings it like a rubber band.
He does, doesn't he?
Like,
drops down.
It's honestly impressive to me how he must push off his hips a lot more and how he gets motion on that.
Looks at another one down the middle. 1-2. Taps it foul.
Well, I can say it's officially nighttime here in Tampa.
Yep. Steger seems to be confused on, he's looking at his wrist. I think he's got some signals on his wrist. Didn't understand what he saw. Looked at the dugout. They flashed something else, and he's ready to go.
I wonder if all Peach State teams do that. I saw Georgia Southwestern use the same R-band stuff.
Ground ball right back to Steger, and he lobs it over to first. 2 down. After this weekend's play, the Spartans will play Flagler on Tuesday. That is one more Peach Belt Conference team, but it's a single game, just playing them once. And they are the only Peach Belt Conference team in the state of Florida.
Well, I feel safe to say I believe USC Aiken's the only one from South Carolina, being
you are correct.
Being Georgia.
Yep. I think it's and Georgia and what would be next to them, Mississippi or Alabama?
Alabama, yep. Mississippi would be Louisiana.
Going too far.
Louisiana, yeah.
This is E.J. Cumbo. Grounded out to third. His first time up. And tries it again, but this one gets through for the base hit.
You know the old saying, Jack, try again.
Just hit them where they ain't.
Exactly.
So with 2 outs, the Spartans get a base runner. Drew Earhart to the plate. He flew out to right field his first time up.
50 Cent going all throughout the ballpark. Did a fantastic job during the Super Bowl halftime show.
I enjoyed that, and all these people were
everything's such a big deal nowadays over everything. It doesn't matter what music. It is. It's just how the world works nowadays.
I mean, I won't say it's my music, but I enjoyed it.
No, I enjoyed it as well. I grew up listening to him when I was on the way to away games, that Snoop Dogg. So I had myself a good time. Eminem made an appearance. I thought it was a great show, but again, anything's going to be made a big deal nowadays.
I'm more than happy to admit that most of the people going to the Super Bowl or watching it are not 75 years old.
Speaking of double plays turn, this might be the 10th on the.
They had 2 outs, got to fourth.
My bad.
But yes, you don't. The Stones are great, but we need to cater to the right audience.
I guess so. Nonetheless,
I enjoyed it. So the Spartans do not score. We've played 3 full, 1-0. Tampa still on top on TampaSpartans.tv. Top of the fourth, leading off will be the number 2 hitter, Sear, who doubled for the 1 hit so far for South Carolina Aiken. Hannon followed by Tripp.
Now, can you name the song that's playing at the ballpark right now?
I cannot.
Do you know who's singing it? Britney Spears.
Seriously?
That's why they had to mute some of the words.
I mean, I will admit I'm not huge on my pop culture.
I have to ask you.
I have my favorite all-time band.
Hey, but you taught me about Dead Skunk, Jack. So did
you listen to it?
I did listen to it. Very interesting music.
Isn't it an odd song?
It is very odd.
It's one of those just goofball songs that somehow got popular.
The name, I can see how. Nonetheless,
it's just a gimmick song that got popular probably in, I don't know, the year early 70s.
Well, it's 30 years before I was even thought of, so nonetheless interesting. I always like hearing new songs.
Loudon Wainwright III. Sear at the plate.
Speaking of the Super Bowl, the Los Angeles Rams obviously winning that. It was interesting. The parade had probably less people than
That's
people
what I
here
saw
today. Yeah.
Fickle crowd.
It's one of those things. I don't think Los Angeles really wanted a team, and they
were
put them there
forced
for
on.
the market. And it's actually in Inglewood, so it's kind of this weird thing.
Fouled off.
But it was a good Super Bowl. Obviously, I would like to see Joe Burrow win one as an LSU fan, but nonetheless, he'll probably be back there again. I can't imagine he won't be.
Well, tell Dan Marino that.
Oh, that's just true. There was a long list. I think they were saying 16 players who ever lost their first Super Bowl in their second year never came back. So let's see if
Dan Marino, probably the most famous. There was one other one that they mentioned, and I can't remember who it was right now.
Name?
Went up high and missed it.
Namath, maybe?
He won. No, he won Super Bowl 3.
Oh, yeah, he did. He won, yeah,
He predicted it, and he did it.
Well, they were mentioning Joe Cool. That's where I
they had all the Joe Cools in there.
Lined up. People were heard on the internet. They wanted Joe Flacco to be one of the mentioned ones.
Well, he won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, he did have his time in the sun for the Ravens, That infamous Super Bowl game.
Fly ball out to right center. Cadena's moving over, but so does Cumbo, and he makes the catch. I mean, that's just it. You don't have to be a great quarterback to win a Super Bowl. You have to be on a very good team. I mean, I'm a Chicago Bears fan.
Sure.
Jim McMahon was not a great quarterback. He was a leader.
Your defense, I believe, that
it was awesome.
I was honestly alive to see it, but I was told past their defense was really, really good.
Maybe the best ever.
But to switch over to baseball, I wanted to mention the outfield the Spartans have. If you're a pitcher, you got to be pretty freaking confident.
Yeah.
You have these three in the outfield.
Yep, nothing's getting by them.
No. One might hit off the wall, but no one can really do much about that.
Hannon at the plate now. Grounds out to Winkelmeyer at second. Takes a good hop, throws him out, 2 down.
I like that from Winkelmeyer. It took his time, composed as a two-step. It's something that takes for granted. He makes it look easy, but a lot of second basemen like to rush it over, or maybe think there's a step ahead of them, and that's when errors occur. But he seems to be really good in the field.
Now, if J.D. Urso does that at short,
indeed,
they may beat it out.
Exactly, but second baseman
has a little luxury.
Sure, that's why I love playing second. You could fumble the ball, screw up, and still have plenty of time to get over there at first.
Tripp at the plate. Struck out his first time up.
Beautiful curveball.
Nice pitch, yeah. Didn't get the call, but deserves the credit.
Indeed. It was a good first pitch, because if he doesn't chase, 1-0, but hey, now he knows that might be the next pitch coming.
Throws high and hard inside and gets the swing and the miss. Ball a little high.
Another good pitch, just didn't chase after it.
I also heard David LeBron is back in the house tonight. I think he's
All-American for the Spartans.
Tom Colby can tell us. I think one of the players said, I think he's up at AAA.
He's made up his way to AAA?
That's what I heard. Swing and a miss.
I don't even know if he knows this. Before I even came to school here, I was asking questions. I thought maybe I'd try to play, and obviously I was way over my head because I didn't really know too much about the team other than going to one game and then winning like 17-1. Should have probably put 2 and 2 together. But I talked to him, and he was very responsive. Talked to me about the game of baseball through direct messaging. Super nice guy, All-American for the Spartans.
Yep.
Would probably be starting a game like such as this.
He was the Friday nighter. Yeah. Fly ball foul.
Believes he's in the Orioles organization.
That's what I think,
correctly.
I suppose we could have our intern check on that.
We can totally get him to do that.
Yeah, he's here tonight, I believe.
I gave him a couple slices of pizza. That's all he needs.
He works for food.
Yeah. Like most college kids.
2-2 pitch with 2 out. And didn't offer.
And they called him out.
They did. All right. He did go around. Called strikeout. So another one, that's 7 for the game for Herb. And we have now played 3.5 innings, still Tampa 1 and South Carolina Aiken nothing.
Just another ordinary day at UT.
Shortest hula hoop contest I have ever seen in my life.
Bottom of the 4th, Spartans will send up Lions, Sullivan, Glancy.
Well, folks, you probably missed it because there was commercials playing, but we had a hula hoop contest and possibly the shortest hula hoop contest in the history of hula hoop contests.
A couple little kids down behind the screen.
But everyone having a fantastic night out at the ballpark. As the number 1 nation, Spartans lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the 4th. Cheerleaders make an appearance. Spartacus makes an appearance. Kevin Kiermaier makes an appearance. Good night.
Lions struck out his first time up. As well as Herb has pitched for Tampa. Steger's doing pretty well as well. One mistake, and it's 1-0. Inside, that's twice now Jamarcus has had to move his head out of the way quickly.
After the 3rd time, you just got to start wondering, did I do something? Did I cut you off in traffic before the game?
Yeah. Did I say something on Twitter? And he goes outside but gets the strike call.
Well, speaking of Steger, he's actually pitched a really good game. That's kind of why I love the game of baseball. Like I mentioned last week, the Spartans scored 3 runs without even giving up or having a hit. And like I said, he's pitched a great game so far, only given up 2 hits to the Spartans. One just happened to be almost 450 feet hitting the new bell tower over there.
Ball a little bit inside, 2-1.
I don't know if you've seen the bell tower yet, Jack.
I have not.
It's been a fixture on campus. People have been talking about it. Arguments whether it's 68 or 63 bells. Nonetheless, it's this massive bell tower.
Can't they count them?
I think there was a post made on a social media, like a student social media thing, and it's just been an argument people have been having. But yeah, you could easily
count them.
Easily count them.
Okay.
But no one's thought of doing that yet.
Really?
Nonetheless, they've been thinking about that for a while now. They've been talking about it. People have been asking for more parking, and then they build a bell tower. So nonetheless, I believe it was donated to us, so I guess that makes sense. But it's new to the campus.
3-1, swing and a miss. We'll go full.
I wonder what those cards say. I wonder if it's a scenario-to-scenario thing, but nonetheless checks it, and 3-2 pitch.
Ground ball. Steger off his mitt. Lions may beat it out, and he did not.
A fantastic play.
Nice play by the third baseman Blankenship. To throw him out after deflected off of Steger's mitt.
If you're Steger, you may want to buy him a steak dinner. Just saved you from an error.
You are all I long for, all I worship and adore.
Brings up Dan Sullivan, who launched one his last time up.
One of the classiest walk-up songs in baseball for Dan Sullivan, Frank Sinatra.
Ball high.
We'll learn a lot about Steger right here. Obviously giving up the home run to Sullivan earlier on. See how he responds.
So all the signs appear to be coming from the dugout, not being flashed in by the catcher.
And sometimes it's a team thing, sometimes that's a trust thing. He's a Friday night pitcher, so I'd assume it has to be a team thing from the looks of it.
Ground ball foul. Usually it's relayed from the coach to the catcher to the pitcher. But this time it seems to be going right from the dugout.
And again, I can only speak from experience, and it's a high school level. But when I pitched, my coach trusted me enough. I was never through fast, but I could always locate, so I could call my own game. But sometimes they have the catcher call the game.
I would think the catcher would want to know. I haven't seen the catcher look over. Check swing, probably a call strike, yes.
But it'll be interesting to see as if they have someone come out of the bullpen here later tonight, if it's just a starter or what exactly they're trying to do. Maybe there's a setup thing, maybe they're looking at something. There's been a bunch of reasons why they have arm sleeves.
I was trying to see if the catcher was looking over. It's like he needs to know what's coming as well.
Well, we also have a third baseman and a shortstop with the same
swing and a miss. So this time Sullivan goes down swinging. 2 down now.
Indeed. But yeah, the shortstop and the third baseman have the QB armbands on, so maybe there's some setup stuff there.
Brings Luke Clancy to the plate.
One of the funniest guys on the Tampa Spartans team. I had the opportunity to talk to him during the UFC fight last Saturday. Really cool guy. Had a great single also in the second game of last week's doubleheader.
Grounded to second his first time up. Strike call.
Well, that umpire's definitely calling that outside corner here tonight.
Either side of the plate, yeah, no matter who the batter is.
Indeed. Staying consistent, which we like to see up here.
Outside.
Clancy going with the old school Vladimir Guerrero style of wearing no batting gloves. You don't hardly see that anymore.
One and one. 2 and 1. Got that ballpark smell here tonight. I'm smelling popcorn too.
I'm smelling some popcorn. Might honestly in the 7th inning stretch go grab some. Clancy almost swings out of his helmet on that one.
Just about.
But yeah, we have the little thing we have in front of us open here tonight, so we smell a little bit of popcorn. I don't see any Cracker Jacks. I think that's lost on the newer generation of baseball. I remember that you see a little baseball card in the bottom of it back in my time.
Your time?
My time.
You're making it sound like that was
social media.
So long ago.
We'll talk about it after the break. But
Spartans do not score. We've now played 4 full. Still 1-0 Tampa.
striking him out, but
as we lead off the 5th inning, Dalton Graves coming to the plate. The DH struck out his first time up in the 2nd. But Herb has done that to 7 batters today.
Graves came into tonight batting 200, had 3 runs scored, had 3 hits, no triples, no doubles, and I believe he has 1 home run in the year and 7 RBIs. So,
well, making contact when he does.
Yeah, when he does.
Yeah, when he makes things happen. So far, Herb has struck out 7 out of 13 batters, so striking out more than 50% of the people who come to the plate.
Those are some good numbers.
And no walks, so
yeah.
He had about a 5-to-1 ratio coming into the game. It's up from there.
It'll be interesting tomorrow if the stats are updated, what he has after that.
I think he was 15-4
was he?
Coming into the game. So he'd be 22-4. Make it 23-4. Yeah, he was 14-5. So now he has 8 strikeouts. So 22 and 5 walks. Blankenship to the plate. Also a strikeout victim in the second.
We are moving right along. We're way faster than that second game, I can promise you. We're here at 7:22 p.m. Game time started, I believe, 6:15. So
yeah.
You're here in the top of the 5th. Close game, though. It's the closest one I've seen, at least at home so far.
Well, the only thing closer would be no score.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. I'm trying to think, the first 3 games, was pretty handled by the Spartans.
Yeah.
What do we have? 6-0, 8-2, 15-1? Yeah.
Nice pitch. Urso. Oh! Glances off J.D. Urso. I think that thing was just spinning as it went.
It'll be interesting.
Zipping out to him.
I think you give that a hit because it was a hard hit ball and also it's tailing, so that's a tough one.
They're calling it an error.
Okay.
Got his glove on it.
It's a tough one with it tailing, but I understand either one could be the scoring on that one. It's a toss-up. I can also see from Urso's point of view, obviously you're watching through the camera, but the ball seemed to have been tailing and you got lights in the background. So it was a nice pitch curveball, but it was also hit on a pretty...
That was on a rope.
It was on a rope, yeah.
Goes down as an E6, puts a runner on with 1 out, and brings Sharp to the plate.
It may work out in his favor, as all they need is double play to get out of the inning.
Swing, tap, foul.
Wearing the number 42. Haven't seen that one in a while.
No.
Sharp batting 259 on the year. 1 run, 7 hits, and 1 double and 5 RBIs. You could say Sharp has been hitting sharply.
Ground ball hops over Sullivan. That's going to go into right field. Blankenship's going to head to third. Sharp will stay at first. Runners on the corner, 1 out.
Well, Jack, I don't know.
Slap that one through.
Yeah, I don't know if we mentioned. I believe you mentioned earlier on in the broadcast. Tampa moving to an all-turf field. It looked like it was a turf field here. It bounced up and over.
That's the talk for next year, an all-turf field.
You do have to.
No dirt anywhere.
If it bounces up and over Sullivan, it gets up there because Sullivan's not a small first baseman over there. Be interesting to see how Aiken handles the situation. Runners on first and third with 1 out.
Mastalone, the catcher, number 8 hitter, shows bunt, gets it down. He's going to move a runner. And, boy, Sullivan with a nice stab at first to keep that ball.
Interesting decision there by USC Aiken to slide into first. I always never understood that. I feel like it's faster to run.
It slows you down.
Yeah,
it actually does, yeah.
Now, if you're falling and then you got to reach for the bag, I understand that, but nonetheless, 2 outs here in the inning.
Lions fielded that. I don't know if they were trying to do a squeeze. It did not look like Blankenship was committing until he saw where the ball went, so he got chased back by Lions.
Would have been a beautiful squeeze if he would have gone, but
hit pretty sharply, though.
Yeah.
2 outs now. Runners, though, second and third, so a base hit more than likely drives in 2. This is Littlefield, the shortstop, the 9th hitter in the order.
Littlefield came into the day batting 105.
Well, he's below that now because he struck out last time up. I think he's now 2 for 20, so it'd be an even 100.
He has 2 hits on the year, so looking to capitalize for his first 2 RBIs in the season. Herb, making sure he doesn't do that.
What's that?
Fouled back.
Herb trying to get out of a jam right here, right now.
Long look. Here's the 0-2 with 2 outs. In the dirt, got him swinging at it. They're going to throw down to Sullivan to end the inning on the strikeout. So the Spartans get out of the inning, nothing happening. Runners did get to second and third, but they don't advance. And now after 4.5, still Tampa holding on to that 1-0 lead on TampaSpartans.tv.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
I thought you were saying food.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it?
J.D. Urso to lead off for the Spartans. Struck out his first time up. Steger on the mound still for South Carolina Aiken. Nothing going on in either bullpen right now, as we're more than halfway through this game.
A real pitching duel happening here tonight.
Yeah, Steger, as we mentioned, 1 mistake, and it was a home run to Dan Sullivan in the second. Otherwise, he struck out 5, walked nobody, only at 57 on the pitch count, so he's pitched well, other than 1 pitch.
Might be that arm motion I brought up earlier that might be throwing off some of the Spartans, especially righties. I remember when I pitched, people had a hard time changing of angles.
Outside.
Can't get a clear look of the radar, but also seems doing a good job changing speeds.
Yeah.
Not really overpowering them with fastballs.
Pop foul. Urso slaps the bat like just missed that one. Not too deep for him. If he pulls it, he's got room to run.
You get it
if he goes down first, he's got room to run. Inside.
It's interesting how they play the Spartans. They leave the right and center field gap pretty wide.
Yeah, they do.
If you get a ball out there, you may be running for a while.
Ground ball, just foul. Into the Spartan bullpen.
Do you know what time it is?
I do not.
T-shirt time.
Is it coming up?
Yeah, DJ Pauly D is performing for Party in the Park here tonight. It's behind this Morsani Hall building, all the way over near Plant Park. It's happening here tonight.
Oh, I thought you meant they were going to fire some T-shirts into the crowd.
No.
Ground ball. Ursos had a little trouble getting out of the box. They threw him out.
Fantastic fielding job.
Slipped a little coming out of the box.
But no, Jersey Shore MTV character Pauly D is out there performing for any of the students. So
is that where you're going after the game?
I may potentially, if it's still going on. I think it may be going on at the same time. So I think you're going to see people going in and out from there to over there. There tonight, Party in the Park. They do every night or every year here at Tampa. Have some cool artists come through.
Jordan Lala to the plate, just a bit outside.
Just missed the strike.
Got to pull the euchre once in a while. What a legendary guy he is.
Fantastic job.
80? I think he's 85 years old. At least mid-80s. Bob Euchre with the Milwaukee Brewers.
One of the most famous broadcaster lines probably in sports history, if I say so. Especially from that movie Wild Thing. I actually did that haircut when I was in high school. One of the most interesting haircuts you can have.
Wow, do you have photographic evidence?
I do have. I'll show you in between break. Yeah.
All right.
I was a relief pitcher, so I kind of had to get everyone going.
Strike call.
Ooh, good job by the catcher to frame that pitch. A little outside for me, but again, that's why I'm a broadcaster, and that man down there is an umpire. But nonetheless, 2-1.
A little bit high that time. Evens it up. Actually, they call it 3-1.
Huh.
Thought it
looks similar.
3-1, one out. See if Lala goes for it or not. Did Joe give him a sign? And he walked him anyway. That was low and inside. So a free pass for Jordan Lala. And we'll bring up Nathan Winkelmeyer to the plate. Or Nicholas Winkelmeyer, I'm sorry.
Some of the best last names in all of Division II sports. Back to back.
Lala and Winkelmeyer. You can sort of see it on our camera, some pom-poms flashing. We do have cheerleaders coming up the aisle tonight. Don't often see cheerleaders at baseball games, so it's kind of a nice little change of pace.
And got to give props to Mr. Kevin Kiermaier.
He's still down there
Still down there giving photos. At least we're here in the bottom of the fifth. I believe he started in the top of the third. So that's 2 full innings of photos.
Yep. And he was doing them before he walked up.
Seems like one of the nicest guys that you ever meet.
What a ball player, though.
Really good, really good outfielder. Has a platinum glove, has 3 gold glove in his own right. So
he will make plays that your pitchers will just bow down and say thank you.
Well, when pitchers get their year-end bonus, they throw a couple bucks over his way.
Ooh, inside.
Close.
Actually, this is Cadenas. I said Winkelmeyer. It's Cadenas.
When asking him questions, I didn't want to misstate him, but I believe he's played in 2 World Series. He's definitely played in 1, or he's been a part of a team that was in 1, for sure. He's in 19, right?
Yep.
Going.
Runner goes, throw down to second, gets away, and he's not going to be able to advance, though, but getting the stolen base is Lala, now in scoring position with 1 out. Now what, are they calling him back?
Okay, so Joe Russo's going to discuss with the umpire what's going on.
What is the play? They're sending him back to first.
Were they saying it's
I don't know if they're saying... I think they're maybe saying Cadenas got in his way and inhibited the throw. Because Cadenas is walking back to the dugout.
From up
so
here.
So dead ball at that point.
From up here, I didn't see anything too...
He was sort of in the way, but he was in the batter's box. He wasn't like on the plate.
But I thought the rule was as long as he made an attempt to at least...
I can't say that he did, but he kind of stood straight up in the box. So that's apparently the call. didn't get out of the way, obstructing the play. So now 2 outs and a runner still on first. And now Mr. Winkelmeyer to the plate. Looks at it inside for a ball.
Let's see how long Kiermaier takes photos with these people. We may be sitting here in the 7th and they'll still be doing it.
Hasn't even been able to watch the game.
Has it? It's safe to say if you show up to the ballpark tonight.
He should have stayed with us because he kept saying, what a beautiful view you guys have. We should never have gone back.
Beautiful view we have, but also on top of where we're sitting right now, an even better view of the entire landscape that we have here.
A little photo booth spot up there.
If we could somehow wire it, we honestly should probably put the camera up there, but I think it's too much stuff. You got to move it around. I'll say enjoy the view while you have it, because I had it over there for soccer, but they put a building up in the middle there, so obviously as the school grows, maybe they'll use the other land that they got here.
Yeah, that whole soccer view, which is just over the right field wall from here when I first started doing soccer games, the other side of the soccer field was a practice soccer field, two practice soccer fields. You remember that, don't you?
Yeah.
It's gone.
Yeah. I remember my first classes were there and got mowed down about a week later when I got to college, nonetheless.
Then they put up a building. There's slapping in a base hit. Solidly hit into left field, so runner only able to advance one base. Yeah, then they put up a building. Then they put up another building. Then they connected them with a walkway.
Sure, yeah.
And I think they're still building.
I don't know if they've been accessible yet. I haven't been in it, to say the least. So, speaking of the left-handed hitters liking Steger, he's only given up 3 hits tonight. 2 of them have been to lefties for sure. I can't speak for the third one, but there's someone warming up in the arm barn, as we like to call it.
Little trip to the mound.
We have obviously Steger is a righty. We have a lefty warming up in the bullpen for
Michael Holder coming out.
The Pacers.
First trip to the mound for either team tonight. Been a very efficient game to this point, but understandably now with runners at first and second in this inning, you don't want to lose that.
You don't want to lose
one-run difference.
And Spartans like to hit with 2 outs, so it'll be interesting to wonder we may have seen the second run score if the interference doesn't happen. But nonetheless, we're sitting there with first and second, 2 outs.
And they know it's the top of the order with E.J. Cumbo, who's a dangerous hitter.
Yeah. It's been hitting Oppo tonight, but there's a lot of room over there on the right field line.
Twice he's gone down third. Once they stopped it, and once it got through.
It'll be interesting to see how Steger pitches to him, knowing that the last 2 at-bats. But there is a lefty warming up in the bullpen. He does not manage to have a QB armband, at least from the looks of it. Maybe they hand it off when they change, but we'll find out.
First pitch, call strike. Cumbo's not necessarily a late swinger, but he has been in this game. And he got around on that one, but foul.
Look, if that was cricket, that's 6 points right there. That was a absolute rope. Would have gone right into the building behind it, or to the right of us. Luckily, there is netting there. 0-2 count.
Steger in the stretch. Ground ball, foul.
Just foul.
Runners trot back. Drew Earhart on deck, hoping he can get to the plate.
Drew likes to hit with runners on, so it'll be interesting to see if Cumbo can get this 2-out rally going.
Swing and a miss, though, ends the inning on a strikeout. Cumbo goes down. The Spartans leave 2 on, and we have now played 5 full. And it's still a 1-0 game, Tampa and USC Aiken. I'm going to take a 1-inning break. Tate Gebhardt will be back with the play-by-play.
You're watching on Tampa Spartans stuff.
Every time he comes in.
What do you get when you take your favorite food and stuff it inside a pocket of homemade dough? Cooked perfectly until golden brown. It's a mouth-watering empanada from Mr. Empanada. No one makes a better empanada. Take Ted Webb's word for it.
Almost as good as my mom used to make.
Check out our website for a location near you. MrEmpanada.com.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Of course, it's your mother's favorite Division II broadcaster, Tate Gebhardt, here for the top of the 6th. The University of Tampa leads 1-0 against USC Aiken. And also, if you know what time it is, it's T-shirt time, everybody, over there in Plant Park. Party in the Park is beginning right now. DJ Paula D also used to be on Jersey Shore performing for us Spartans. Every year we have a Party in the Park, have some awesome guests coming through. Nonetheless, bunt, trying to throw him off. Good surprise idea by the Pacers, but just went foul. Herb having himself another fantastic outing, striking out 9, only giving up 2 hits, 5 innings pitched, and only giving up the 1 double early on in the first. Not many hits given up between the two teams. Obviously, the 1 run scored by Dan Sullivan, hitting an absolute monster shot into the night. Straight dead center field. For Joe Urso, you just gotta love to see what you're seeing from the new Spartan Herb. I mean, the first outing here at home did a fantastic job, and here tonight continuing with another fantastic outing. 1 strikeout away from double-digit strikeouts on the night. Batting for, obviously, the Pacers would be McQuillan. In the first and third inning, grounded out and lined out. Herb comes set. The pitch. Ball in the dirt, saying it hit him, and he will take a jog on over to first. Next batting for the Pacers is Sire, number 1. 1 for 2 on the evening. We have a packed house here tonight, so thank you guys for coming out. Some beautiful Friday night action. If you like Division II baseball, you're going to absolutely love this game here tonight. Pitching out of the stretch. Pacers batter, making a mark in the dirt, trying to throw off the timing of Herb. Herb stares down. McQuillan takes a lead, and he's off. There's a play at second. No one there to cover the bag, and he takes second base. Heads up running there by the Pacers. McQuillan. Notice no one was over there. A little miscommunication between Urso and Winkelmeyer. Hardly ever see that. Those two usually tend to be in sync, but nonetheless, smart base running. 0-1 count here in the top of the 6th. Spartans lead 1-0. Runner on second. Score is 1-0 Spartans' favor, so only 1 run will tie it. Tying run is on second. Herb looks over again, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. We have an 0-2 count. Herb seems to be a thrill seeker, so usually after getting a runner in scoring position tends to get out, but we'll see what he does right here. And another shout out to Kevin Kiermaier. He's been taking photos with the entire crowd here since the third inning, and we're here in the top of the sixth, so super nice guy. I got the chance to interview him. So thank you for coming out, Mr. Kiermaier. If you've obviously come to the ballpark tonight, you seem to have either gotten an autograph from Mr. Kiermaier or a photo, or nonetheless. Herb comes set. And the pitch. Swing, fouled off to the right side. If you're over there in Straz, heads up, there might be a foul ball going through your window. Highly doubt anyone's inside studying tonight, but, for those studious individuals. We have an umpire just talking on over. Looks like they're going to get a new baseball there for Herb. Didn't like the grooves on that one. Herb gets the new baseball and takes the mound. It is a 1-2 count. No outs here in the top of the sixth. Spartans lead 1-0, but USC Aiken is trying to tie this game up. Herb trying not to allow it. We'll see what happens right here, right now. Herb comes set. Looks on over, and the pitch. Oh, pickoff. No one was there to cover. If someone was breaking, may have gotten him. Good pickoff move there by Herb. Threw me off, thought he might have balked, but really good move there by Herb. Solid no throw, no one was there. 1-2 count here in the top of the sixth. Spartans again lead 1-0. Herb looking in, coming set. And the pitch. Breaking ball somehow misses the zone. We'll be sitting here at 2-2. We have a plethora of marketing things happening here tonight. Doing a little pinwheel of all the players. Another shout out to them for running this thing. Shout out to Tori for obviously running everything, making everything been so successful. Talk to again to Mr. Kevin Kiermaier. The pitch in the dirt. We will be sitting here, I believe, 3-2. But yeah, no. If you're this is your first game of the year, it's an absolute great one to see. Close ball game, a lot of people out. Beautiful night here in Tampa, Florida. Obviously, if you're a student, maybe you're coming back from party in the park. Welcome. Spartans lead 1-0. Herb looks over the pitch. Ground ball hit over to the Lions. Lions looks back to second, throws on over to Sullivan at first, and that will be the first out here in the top of the sixth. That's huge for your confidence if you're Herb. Having a runner on second in a 1-0 ball game could be a little nerve-wracking, but he seems to live with pressure. Seems to love it. Now batting for the Pacers, number 10, Hannon, who has remained hitless so far tonight. Looking to change that right here, right now. Trying to tie this ball game up. Herb trying to make sure that the Pacers do not do that. Herb comes set. Pickoff. Almost into the outfield. Good job by Winkelmeyer just to get it down. Just to a little right of the bag. A smart play there by Herb, but just couldn't get the throw to the middle. It's a tough pickoff play there at second as you're turning your body. He had one where he turned one way, then tried to change it around and turn the other way. Can be tough. Nonetheless, we're sitting here 0-0 count. Hannon up to plate. McKillen at second. Herb coming set. And the pitch. Strike. Beautiful pitch there by Herb. And we are at 0-1. The Spartans have a righty warming up in their arm barn or bullpen. Pick whatever word you like. The Pacers have a lefty, from the looks of it, warming up in their arm barn or bullpen, deciding which one you would like to call it. Nonetheless, one out. Runner on second. Herb comes set. The pitch. It's a ball just a little high of the strike zone. Good idea there by Herb, though. 1-1. Herb looks in. Herb comes set. The pitch. Line drive hit on over to Urso, and he catches it this time. That one a little less, more of a rope. Doing a good job just catching that one right there. And now we're sitting here with, I believe, 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Herb got a runner on first. Then he stole second, and now has come back, battled back. And there are 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Herb seems to live for pressure, but they may pull him right here, right now. It seems as the Spartans have a player warmed up. It'll be interesting to see what they do here. Quick little mound visit. Having a Friday night to have a Friday night, everyone. Hopefully everyone's had a good weekend, or have a good Friday, and have a great weekend. Obviously, make sure to tune in. I believe it's 3 tomorrow. Spartans will be facing off here at home against the same team, the Pacers from South Carolina. South Carolina Aiken, I should say. South Carolina Aiken Pacers will be playing here tomorrow. I believe at 3. We're getting our buddy of mine to check in on that. And then Sunday at noon. So I will be there for both. You'll be hearing this voice, and if you don't like it, there is a mute button. I always like to remind people. It's a little circle, and it's got a little volume button. You can click that. But nonetheless, thank you for tuning in with us. Get a little repetitory, but I want to make sure we run through all the information, because we know some of the college kids watching in the dorm rooms. But highly doubt anyone's doing that tonight. A lot of action happening here over Tampa's way. Also some other action happening around the city. Coming up here soon, obviously we're still in February, but in March we have the men's SEC basketball tournament. It's going to be at Emily Arena. It's going to be a cool time. I will not actually be here for that, but you can go over there and watch some good basketball. Division I basketball, that is. SEC just means more. We are the SSC, Sunshine State Conference, facing off against the Peach State Conference, and we'll see who wins tonight. Nonetheless, we keep Irv out there, see if he can get through the rest of the inning. It'd be huge for the Spartans to have him do that. Good for his confidence. Looks on over to second, the pitch. Good fastball for a strike. 1-1 count. Herb looks in. 1-1 count. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Herb comes set. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2 count. Herb is looking for double-digit strikeouts first at home. So we'll see if he gets it right here, right now. Has the opportunity to do so.
Being a champion takes more than
taking his time, trying to throw off the timing of Tripp. Herb comes set. Looks on over, and the pitch. Runner is running, fouled off. Couldn't tell if that was a designed hit and run or just Tripp trying to save his runner from being tagged out on the 3rd out. Interesting decision, because you're always told as a young player, never have the final out be at 3rd base, especially only down 1, but sometimes risks are meant to be taken. Herb looking to get out of the inning. Tripp looking to continue the inning. Let's see what happens, folks. Herb comes set. 1-2 count. 2 outs. Top 6 in the pitch. Runners running, and a strike 3 for Herb. He has struck out 10, which looks like to be a fantastic outing here for Herb. Don't think he'll be coming out for the top of the 7th, but who knows? Going down into the bottom of the 6th, your University of Tampa Spartans, number 1 in the nation, lead 1-0 against the USC Aiken Pacers. You've been watching on TampaSpartans.tv.
I pledge.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
College sports.
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
A return to normal, and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
We've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a better world for all of us and for college sports.
5K. And we're back here for the bottom of the sixth. University of Tampa Spartans lead 1-0, and batting for the Spartans is number 2, Drew Earhart. He was 0 for 2 tonight. Had a really good homestand last weekend, looking to continue and try to get out of the 0-2 hole that he's in tonight. Spartans have a righty warming up in the bullpen. Pacers have a left-handed pitcher warming up in theirs. The pitch and a hit over to the third baseman, Blankenship. Blankenship throws it over, and the ball has gone past by, and Drew is running to second. Slides in safely. That should be an error for the first baseman, and Drew will end up on second, up 1-0. Next batting for the Spartans, number 0, Jamarcus Lyons. 0 for 2 on the night, looking to also change his night around here a little bit. Has an RBI opportunity. Drew on second. Pacers keeping Steger out there. Looking to the over at the dugout for the call. Having that armband relay that they have for pitching. Drew taking a lead over at second. Lyons ready to hit. Steger, the pitch. Ball high, 1-0. Big RBI opportunity here for the Spartans, here in the bottom of the sixth. Steger, the pitch. Lyons hits it on over to short. Sire takes it, pitches on over the first, and another error. And the Spartans are running, folks. They're holding him at third. Lyons makes it to second. Drew's at third. Runners on second and third for the only home run of the night. Sullivan coming up next. Back-to-back errors. Sometimes they don't just happen once. They come in pairs like they just did right there. That one might not have been on the first baseman, as I believe that was a harder throw. But nonetheless, Dan Sullivan's up to the plate. 1 for 2 on the night with a home run. There are no outs here in the bottom of the sixth, and it looks like we will have a Krispy Kreme call to the bullpen. Looks like we're going to have a lefty-lefty battle, but let's find out if they're going to pull Steger, who had a great night, just had some sloppy field work in back-to-back plays, and looks like he's going to have himself a Friday night. Yes, the Krispy Kreme call to the bullpen. We're going to switch it up with some of the brands we had. We had Mr. Empanada call to the bullpen last week, but this week will be the Krispy Kreme call to the bullpen. In my opinion, the better donut, superior to Dunkin' Donuts, but I've been told otherwise by my friends up north. Just can't beat that glazed donut. Some country music blasting around the ballpark. You're tuning in. My name, of course, Tate Taylor Tuck Epic. Having an awesome night. Kevin Kiermaier, the Rays outfielder, makes an appearance. 3-time Gold Glove winner and Platinum Glove winner. Makes an appearance here at the ballpark. The nicest he could be. Signed the autograph for my cousin who couldn't make it to the game tonight, and took photos with anyone and everyone who wanted to take a photo with him. Now coming in for the Pacers, number 40, Peyton Boozer. Obviously, don't go on a booze cruise if you're not over the age of 21, but Peyton Boozer, left-handed pitcher, 5'11", 145-pound freshman from Aiken, South Carolina. bats lefty and throws lefty from South Aiken High School. Interesting to see. Interesting move by the Pacers. We are in a very close game, 1-0. But runners are on second and third. Must have a lot of trust in Boozer. Having him face the number one team in the nation with runners on. We'll see how he pitches coming up. But like I said, it's t-shirt time, ladies and gentlemen, if you know what time it is. If you watch Jersey Shore, like I mentioned, I have to keep mentioning this. They keep telling me. Party in the Park's happening over in Plant Park. DJ Pauly D, of course, performing this here tonight. So if you don't see some of the students here, they're going to be over there. But there's a large population of people here tonight. Definitely more than any MLB game has gotten here this year so far. Obviously still in a lockout. As Frank Sinatra sings throughout the ballpark, number 26, Dan Sullivan, will come to the plate. Like I mentioned previously, 1 for 2 on the night, hitting a long home run. That away, Dan. Make me run more miles. That's great. He's been responsible for the only 2 miles I'm going to probably have to run at the end of the season so far, but who knows? He does have power. Dan Sullivan versus Boozer. The pitch. Just hit the outside corner, and we are sitting at 0-1. Runners on second and third. Sullivan looks on over. Boozer steps to the mound. The pitch. Sullivan with a massive swing. And we will be sitting, I believe, at 0-2. Sullivan with a huge RBI opportunity. All he needs, because there are no outs, is a fly ball to get the second run across for the Spartans. Boozer with back-to-back strikes. Boozer looks on in. And the pitch. I don't know where that missed, folks, but it missed just a little outside. 1-2. Been calling that outside corner all night. Interesting no call, but nonetheless, here we are. 1-2 for Sullivan. Boozer comes set. And the pitch. Sullivan just fouling it off to the left side. Won't go down that easy. Interesting decision by the Pacers head coach to put Boozer in, a freshman from Aiken, South Carolina. Boozer comes set. And the pitch. Ball outside, and we are sitting at 2-2. There are no outs, so a long fly ball will get a runner in. Or a fly ball. Because Drew is on third. Boozer comes set. And the pitch. Another ball outside. 3-2. For 1 ball away from walking the bases. There seems to be a disagreement on the signs. I don't see, although there is a QB armband on Boozer, as that's how they call pitches, comes from the dugout. 3-2 pitch. Boozer comes set. And the pitch. Sullivan swings it. Center field seems to be running after it. Slides and drops. And the Spartans will definitely get one across as the Spartans now lead 2-0. A fan screaming over to second saying they might have left early, but we are sitting here in the bottom of the 6th. Great University of Tampa Spartans now lead 2-0. Sullivan will get an RBI. And waiting to see if that was ruled a hit. I believe it should be ruled a hit. It is. So Sullivan continues his night, producing the only 2 RBIs for the Spartans, 1 a home run, another a blooping single. Now batting is a pinch hitter, Kian Knutson. He's an outfielder, 6 feet tall, 195-pound freshman. Throws righty, bats righty from Tampa, Florida, by way of Tampa Catholic High School. Runners at the corners, no outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Spartans lead 2-0. So it's freshman versus freshman. Here in some beautiful Friday night Division II action. Boozer comes set. And the pitch. And a bunt showed. Ball almost went by the catcher. Boozer comes set. Sullivan takes the lead at first. I believe that his line's at third. And the pitch. Bunt shown by Knutson. Beautiful bunt down the first base side. And he might make it there. He doesn't, but that's an RBI for the freshman Knutson. Spartans now lead 3-0. Bunting is an art form, folks. It is not dead yet. Coach Urso likes to throw it out there every now and then, and it produces a run for the Spartans here in the bottom of the 6th. Now batting for the University of Tampa Spartans, the son of Joe Urso, J.D. Urso. J.D. is 0 for 2 on the night, looking to change his night around. Runner on second, so an RBI opportunity. So 2 runs come this inning. Looking to make it 3 if you're J.D. The pitch from Boozer, and it hits. I thought it moved out of the way. It was J.D. I for some reason thought it hit him. Nonetheless, runs out of the way. It's 1-0. And the bullpen for the Pacers, there's a righty warming up. Boozer looks on over to second, and the pitch. Ball almost goes to the backstop. Another freshman action, and they intentionally walk him. Interesting decision. Trying to have some lefty on lefty matchup. So you hear it in the song. Number 8, Jordan Lala will take the plate with runners in first and second. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Spartans lead 3-0. Have produced 2 in this inning if you're just joining us. J.D. Urso gets a free pass to first base. Now runners on first and second. The pitch outside. Hasn't been a strike thrown in the last couple pitches, as the Pacers have a righty warming up. Trying to be strategical, not working out so much for the Pacers nonetheless. Lala looking to damage. Boozer comes set. And the pitch. A strike given, I'm assuming, as a makeup call, but again, like I said, I'm a broadcaster. That's why he's paid to be an umpire, and the count will remain 1-1, or will go to 1-1. Boozer comes set. And the pitch. Foul ball hit off to the left-hand side, off the birdcage, and we are at 1-2. Runners on first and second. Lala up to the plate. Spartans looking for insurance runs. Another misunderstanding between that pitch card for the Pacers. Can't get a number on the... That's 37 warming up for the Pacers. Adam Krissinger, another freshman, righty, warming up. Lala swinging and striking out. There will be 2 down. And next up for the University of Tampa Spartans, number 6, Jose Cadenas. Also 0 for 2 on the night. Looks like the Pacers are going to bring a righty in, whether it be this inning or next, who knows. Boozer comes set. And the pitch. Good inside fastball by Boozer. Cadenas looks at it. The count is 0-1. There is a decent-sized hole between the third and shortstop. So if a ball gets through there, would not be shocked if a run scores. Boozer comes set, looks on over to second, and the pitch. Ball in the dirt. We are sitting at 1-1. Both the catcher and pitcher looking over to the dugout. Interesting decision by the Pacers coach to call all the pitches, but that's how they seem to be doing things. Boozer looks on in. Comes set, looks on over to second, and the pitch. Another ball in the dirt. Boozer comes set, and the pitch. Ball outside. It will be 2-1. Looks like Dalton Ross is warming up over there for the Spartans. Also have another right-hander. I believe that is Nelson warming up over there in the arm barn for the Spartans. Boozer comes set, looks over to second, and the pitch. Throws it, ball is in the air. Second baseman seems to be under it. Running back. And as we head to the top of the seventh, your University of Tampa Spartans now lead 3-0 against USC Aiken Pacers. You've been watching on TampaSpartans.tv.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
It may be.
My wife wondered why I didn't get a picture with Kevin.
I got a video for you. I'll throw it your way. I got And we are back here in the top of the seventh. Jack Ike took a little hiatus. Spartans scored 2. Jack, where are we at?
I tell you, you are the human rally cap.
I try to be. It's not me for sure. I'm just cool with the baseball gods, Jack.
I walk away and comes back with 2 more runs than when I left.
2 errors over there at first, and Spartans lead.
You know, I thought of that when I saw that. I'm like, you were mentioning that last week you saw a 3-run score with no hits.
No hits.
Thought they were trying to pull it again.
I'll say what the Spartans do best is take advantage. And,
don't give them
and they minimize errors. So if you throw 1 error, they'll get those runs in. But
Spartans do make a pitching change. Braden Nelson coming in to pitch as the day is over for Mr. Erb. Nelson comes in. This will be game number 3 of the season. Does have the only loss of the year. He's given up 7 hits in 5 1/3 innings. 5 runs, only 1 of them earned, walked 5, struck out 6. His ERA is at 1.60 right now.
Krispy Kreme call to the bullpen, I do have to mention. Gotta ask you, Dunkin' or Krispy Kreme has better donuts, Jack?
I have not been to Krispy Kreme in a while, so I guess I'd have to go Dunkin' just on recent memory.
Sure. That's fair.
Though I had a guy did soccer with me a few years ago, and I think he was on a Krispy Kreme diet.
No, they're awesome. I grew up with that. I never got anything different. Just simply glazed. I'd always go every Father's Day, and we would get a single glazed donut. Struck out real quick.
Graves goes down, yeah. So Nelson picking up where Herb left off. See if we can get the final numbers on Herb.
Double digits in strikeouts, I know that to be sure.
He was efficient. Home stats. Herb, when 6 innings pitched, gave up 2 hits, struck out 10, had a wild pitch, and only faced 22 batters. So just about 50% of the batters he faced struck out. That's efficiency.
Well, JD Urso seemed to, we'll see how it goes when we get into conference play, but has seemed as like almost a 1-2-3 setup. You have Nelson, you have Herb, and then Ross, I would say, is another middle guy. Have not yet to figure out who the closer is. Haven't been many opportunities for that.
No, I haven't had that.
Year, so.
This might be the game. Close enough at the moment, anyway.
I see it, yeah. Nelson has could be a decent closer.
Mm-hmm.
Between Ross and, Nelson, 2 different type of pitchers, but both could be pretty formidable closers. Ball high.
Blankenship with a strikeout, got on with an error and got all the way to third base. Last time up, did not score. The number 6 hitter in the lineup. Just missed the corner on that one.
Man, that was thrown hard. I couldn't tell you how fast it was, but you can hear the pop from here.
Yeah. 3 o'clock game time tomorrow. It's going to be a busy day. I think there's softball going on. There's basketball, men's and women's. There's a hopper out to Urso. Tries to short hop. It does. Throws in time.
That's an extremely hard play to make, and Urso made it look really easy, folks. Graining to his left, trying to throw right, picked it, backhanded it, and threw it on over to first like it was nothing.
We had a contrasting play a couple innings ago with Winkelmeyer at second base, and he was allowed to step back and took the nice hop because he's got that opportunity with a shorter throw.
Indeed.
Whereas Urso's got to just hustle, and hope he makes the play. Sharp at the plate now. Had a base hit. Moved runners into scoring position last time up. They did not score, though. That one gets away.
Threw it so hard it hit
I think it hit the umpire, and he's walking away for a few minutes.
Umpires, I swear, at home this year have been really getting a beating. That other one last week was 3 times they had to call time.
Yeah, and here's a smart move that Tampa does. Drew Earhart comes out, walks him around. Joe Urso's going to come out just to buy time. And I mentioned I was talking to J.D. Urso before the game. He says, man, that umpire last week, I came up, and at one point he says, I think I have a concussion.
Yeah.
And I said, well, don't you remember? Like 3 times he got dinged.
Well, you definitely want you don't want anyone to have a concussion, especially the home plate umpire to have a concussion.
Yeah, and he's like, do you want me to do anything? Yeah. He said, no, we'll just see.
If an umpire gets, I've never seen it, but if an umpire gets hurt and they have to only go to 1, I'm assuming he would move to their home. Or do they cancel?
I think they do it behind the pitcher's mound.
Okay.
If I remember right. Ground ball up the middle. Urso ranges, knocks it down, throws wildly. And will the runner be able to advance? Yes, he's going to be in, standing up. So Urso knocked it down, fielded it off the ground, and then tried to spin around and throw it, but threw it well over Sullivan's head.
And that's one of those ones you're just reacting. You probably just hold on to it. He did a good enough job stopping it, just couldn't get over there in time.
Yep, in hindsight, you eat that one.
Indeed. Now, if that's Winkelmeyer going towards first base, maybe you try to throw that. But I was going to mention Nelson. Oh, there is a pinch hitter.
Yep.
Number 26 for the Pacers.
Pitching for the Pacers is
Carson Suis. He's a catcher, what they have on here. 5'11", 190 pounds, sophomore from Rancho Cucamonga,
California. That's out in the L.A. area.
Cool.
This is his first. His 10th at bat, 11th at bat of the year. He's 3 for 10 so far on the year.
Also going with the Vladimir Guerrero strategy of no batting gloves.
Has played in 5 of their first 6 games. Started 2 of them.
Kevin Kiermaier just walking around the ballpark, having himself a good time.
My wife wanted me to get a picture with him since I talked to him earlier.
Got some good video footage we'll have hopefully on the social medias here in the next couple of weeks or so. Super nice of him. Took photos and signed balls for about 4 innings.
Yeah, he was there a long time. Seuss with 1 strike, 2 outs, runner at second. Swing and a miss. A little late on the swing.
Nelson, 6'5", has that Randy Johnson effect where he pitches down towards, so it's tough for the batters to kind of figure out what's going on. Been heavy on the fastballs, but has also a decent breaking ball in his own right.
Oh-2 pitch. That's a high hopper. Urso gets it on the short, throws to Sullivan, he dropped it.
And a run will score.
Run scores, and that will be a throwing error. Sullivan tried to dig it out of the dirt and wasn't able to. So it's going to be a 3-1 game. Runner on first.
JD's had a mixed night, had some really good plays, and then had some plays that one is a little bit more understanding on the throw. 5 errors between both squads tonight.
Unfortunately, JD has all 3 of the Spartan errors. That one brought in a run. The other one, first one did not affect the game.
It's one of those ones where you just look back and just kind of flush the fielding performance out. The Spartans are still winning 3-1 now. So.
Brings Littlefield to the plate.
A lot of errors coming at first base tonight.
Nelson's pitch down the middle, strike call.
So that 0-1.
Still 2 out, but now a runner on first. 1 run in. Top of the 7th, Tampa 3, South Carolina Aiken 1. Ball in the dirt, stopped by Earhart.
Number 20 for the Pacers, pinch hitting, Eckert.
Swing and a miss. Tough to come in as a pinch hitter and have gas thrown at you.
Especially a 6'5" righty. Can't seem to get any stats on Eckert, so at least on the hitting side.
Don't see him on the list. First at bat. And he takes a called third strike.
That's it.
And the inning is over. They do pick up a run on a couple errors by Tampa, and we've now played 7.5, or 6.5, I should say. It's time for the 7th inning stretch with Tampa leading 3-1.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
And we are back for the bottom of the 7th. Cotton Eye Joe playing throughout the ballpark. Spartans do lead 3-1. Same pitcher out there for the Pacers is Boozer. And Jack Ike, who is up to bat for the Spartans.
Spartans will send Winklemeyer to the plate, the number 9 hitter in the order. Got a base hit. Tell you, if your 9 hitter can set the plate and get the top of the order with a man on,
you're in good shape.
Tap foul.
It'll be interesting to see as this year goes on if the Spartans can come back from deficits, because what I was learning, a lot of teams are good at holding leads sometimes, but when they haven't been tested later in the year, tend to not know what to do. So it'll be interesting to see. It's one of the closer games, or the closest game I've seen all year for the Spartans, 3-1. And with that being said, Winklemeyer looks ready to hit. Boozer the pitch.
In the dirt. They'll often say that about football teams or football quarterbacks, that they can hold a lead, but they may not be the guy who'll get you back into a game.
The perfect example, at least I could think of, the Patriots went 17-0 and then came to the Super Bowl. It was a closer game and didn't know necessarily how to handle the situation, and the Giants ended up winning.
Yep. Ground ball, that should sneak through. No, a nice backhander.
Wow.
And a beautiful play by Eckert at shortstop to throw him out.
Eckert, sophomore from Grovetown, Georgia. I've heard of that school before, over there by way of Grovetown High School.
I thought that one had eyes, but he got over and ranged nicely to his right. Made the play.
We've seen some really cool backhands tonight, at least in the infield.
E.J. Cumbo to the plate now with one out.
1 for 3 on the night.
Just inside. Flirting with the kneecap there.
That's the last place you want to get hit. Speaking from experience, I've been hit basically everywhere there can be to be hit.
That one's hit out into center field. Ranging for it is McQuillan, but he draws a bead and makes a catch.
Spartans targeting the center field tonight.
That'll bring Drew Earhart to the plate. Earhart has a base hit and scored last time up.
Drew, the fifth-year senior, the veteran on this team. Everyone loves him. Told me about him.
Boy, it seems like he was just a freshman.
Not too long ago, yeah. Well, when I came in, he was a sophomore, so it's still kind of surreal to see. Time coming in for the
he was one of those prized freshman possessions or high school recruits.
Speaking of having Kevin Kiermaier here at the Gold Glove winner, I believe he got a Gold Glove in his own right.
Mm-hmm.
At second base, I believe.
Yes. He's been wherever Tampa needs him.
Second.
Started at second.
Yeah.
Played a lot of third base. Then all of a sudden started popping in catcher last year, and now he's been the catcher this year.
Well, if you can help, some of the catchers with the knees, as the year goes on, and a little bit more fresh come postseason, come conference times.
Tap foul.
Tampa softball winning tonight, I heard. Did not get a score, but did hear they won. Maybe I can trade off a few pepperoni pizzas to our intern to see what the score would be, but we'll figure that out here in a minute. Boozer comes set.
Ball in the dirt, nice stop. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Drew Earhart. Jamarcus Lyons on deck.
So we have our intern here telling us 2-1 against conference Sunshine State Conference rival Eckerd. At home, I believe at home, right?
Yeah, across the street here.
Cool.
Just inside.
They've been all around the batters tonight for the Spartans.
Nothing behind anybody yet.
Nothing behind or hit anyone. I don't know if it's obviously not intentional, but
no.
You could almost paint a painting around the batters for the Spartans tonight.
Now 3-2 after being 0-2. And he slaps that one up the middle. That'll fall in for a base hit. Nice bit of batting by Drew Earhart there will bring Jamarcus Lyons to the plate.
Looks like Drew took maybe almost getting hit in the kneecaps personally. Got to get a little base hit, and that'll be the 5th hit of the night for the Spartans, 8th combined between these two ball clubs.
Lyons also comes in 1 for 3, scored in the 6th. Do a little shifting in the outfield, shifting him toward left and somewhat deep. And that ball is inside. How are you?
Are you done? Are you finished? No, I'll take some more. I'll be the PA. Oh, there. Just sure. I'll just go on the PA. All right, I appreciate that.
1-0, high and outside, 2-0.
There is a massive gap between the foul line and the right fielder. If he could somehow plop one over that right field, the runners will be running for sure. And Drew can run, so.
Two-0 pitch. Boozer in the stretch, fires inside a little bit, but they call it a strike. Lyons kind of backed away, though I think he's on the plate. That is ripped down the line into the Spartan bullpen.
Oh, in the garbage can. That is at least 3 points.
I was looking down. It was like, are those legs or is that?
We're lucky no one was warming up.
He'd have had him. There's a little alcove where the down in these bullpens where the pitchers can sit and get a little bit away from the field, and it went right into there. Fortunately, it was
no one's over there.
Just some equipment, I guess.
I said trash can, but honestly, I don't know what it hit. It hit something for sure. 2-2 count, though.
That was ripped. 2-2 now with 2 out.
Lashinsky the third, watching out, making sure Lyons doesn't hit another one his way.
Popped up. That should end the inning.
And that could touch the moon, folks.
Eckert at short makes the catch. Major League pop-up to end the inning. Spartans do not score, did get a hit, but we've now played 7 full, and it is still a 3-1 ball game. Tampa leading USC Aiken on the TampaSpartans.com TV network.
College sports.
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
A return to normal, and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
We've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a better world for all of us and for college sports.
Rulai.
That's right.
I pledge.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
You eat sushi, Jack?
Pardon?
You eat sushi at all? No.
8th inning. Music might be overpowering my voice here. Don't ask me who this is.
We're not talking about La La Land. I honestly couldn't tell you the song. I know it's my generation for sure. Nelson's still out there on the mound.
McQuillan will be at the plate at bat number 4 on the day. Got hit by a pitch his last time up. Braden Nelson on the mound for Tampa. Brings some heat and throws a strike.
It's good to say it's the weekend, folks. It was a long week for me. Did a lot of cool stuff.
You have school off on Monday, President's Day?
I don't know, honestly.
No?
I don't believe we do. I have one class off for sure, but not.
My daughter does at high school.
Yeah, high school, I believe we did. I think my senior year we didn't. I don't remember why exactly, but my weeks are pretty easy nonetheless. I'm at the tail end of my academic career, at least.
So years ago,
sure, years ago,
there was George Washington's birthday, and there was Lincoln's birthday.
Okay.
And they were within like 8 days of each other.
Okay.
At least on the calendar, not in years.
Sure.
But you got both days off. Huh. And then the schools are kind of like, no, let's just call it President's Day.
Yeah, they threw stuff around. We had that changed a lot. I also did go to a Catholic school in through middle school, so maybe that, there's some different days there.
Sure.
Passover, they take some stuff off and stuff like that. But in high school, I do remember having President's Day off for a majority of it. I believe junior and senior, they switched it up. I don't really know why. But yeah, no, my weeks are pretty good here at the end. It's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and it's in the middle of the day, so I'm sitting
tapped. Dropping it as Nelson, that's going to be an error, unless it was... Did he touch it fair or foul? I think he was fair. So, yeah, that'll be an error. And that is error number 4 on Tampa today.
6th between the two teams. I don't know what the record is. I'm assuming it's really high. But
higher than that, yeah.
We're at 4. I think we mentioned that last year, talking about MLB record for errors. I remember in the early game, or parts of these games, they really got up there. I think they got somewhere to 50.
Double digits, do you think?
No, it was somewhere like they were averaging like 50 to 60 a year. Yeah, it was early, this game.
Still runner on with nobody out.
These games are pastime, but man, in the beginning of it must have been interesting.
Sear at the plate now.
I have a feeling if there's going to be anything taken away from tonight, even though if the Spartans obviously win tonight's game, they're going to be bringing up the errors. I'm assuming they'll be getting some field.
You got to have talking points no matter how you play.
Almost have more errors than hits tonight.
And that is hit to left, going deep. Lala is there near the track, short of the track, makes the catch, and chases McQuillan back to first. That ball had a little more bark than bite, but it sounded good.
Seems to be no wind, at least from the looks of the flag, so didn't really get much help there. Wondered if if there's a little bit of wind, what would have happened, but nonetheless, we're still sitting here at a 3-1 ball game here in the top of the 8th.
Well, the batter at the plate is the tying run now, so got to factor that in.
I believe that's it.
And this time it is Hannon.
Hannon, yeah.
Throw to first.
Hannon came in today. Well, he's going to be below 300, but was batting .308 and had 1 home run. So has done it once this year.
Nelson fires. Ball high.
That's right.
Long look by Nelson. Now he's set. The 1-0. Throw over.
Got to shout out my man Ezric right here.
He's doing a great job.
He's doing a fantastic job so far this season.
He's our go-to person.
Indeed.
Member of the soccer team. Inside, took a little off it. Didn't get it in the zone, though.
Interesting wearing long sleeves, almost Freddie Freeman style. It's pretty hot out there, so Obviously, it's coming nighttime, so I guess it's not as bad. Can't tell if he has it on both arms, but that's an arm sleeve, I believe. Yep, both arms. Oh, nope, just one. Just an arm sleeve, my bad.
2-0, swing and a miss.
Hannon seems to be eyeing the fence, knowing that a home run would tie this game up.
Two-one on the way. Down the middle. They are fairly deep for Hannon, though. I think they must see that home run on the ledger. Ball high. 3-2 now.
Giving him both lines, so if he hits it down either line, could have runners on second and third, potentially a run.
Keeping an eye on the Spartan dugout. If you were to walk this man, you might see somebody hustle down to the bullpen. Right now, nobody there.
Ross was beginning to warm up a little earlier on, but it's sent down. Runner's running.
Runner goes. Bouncer to Urso. He's going to have to go to first. Gets the out for the second out of the inning. Runner now on second base.
Good for JD. Not had the greatest of nights, but way to compose himself in a pretty big situation and getting out there.
Those are the tough ones because that ball just stayed down. And I know when I was a shortstop or an infielder, and I was a weenie anyway, but I was like, it's going to hop, and it's going to hit me.
Well, it's one of those things, if you're watching at home, that's why if you haven't played the game at any capacity or you don't watch the game, it's when you see stuff like that, you're like, how do they make plays, like that, like an error? Mm-hmm. And those are just hard ones to judge because if just a little bit of wind could adjust it one way, it could bounce hop the other way.
It's a stone of some sort.
Yeah.
This is Tripp, big swing and a miss. One thing, I mentioned I talked to JD a couple of minutes before the game, and I said, this field looks great. And he said, we had the New York Yankees ground crew come out here and laser level the field.
Funny enough, the story comes full circle. I used to play in a men's beer league. I think I met the guy who does that.
Really?
He does it up there he does it for spring training for the Yankees. I believe did it many years up there. Can't remember his name, but I met him a few times.
Well, hopefully he leveled the field before he played beer league.
No, he never played. Actually, our fields were beautiful for beer league. He leveled the field for us. So
nice.
So,
but just attesting to how great this field is.
It's definitely, in my opinion, the best in D2 field wise. It's flat. There doesn't seem to be bumps anywhere. Decent.
Grass is good.
The bullpens look perfectly placed. It's really nice.
Strike call. Ends the inning. Boy, he just took that one right down the middle with a man on second.
Tripp will take a trip back to the dugout. Yeah. Not happy about that one.
Gets the Spartans out of the inning, so they don't score in the top of the eighth. We've now played 7.5. It's 3-1. Tampa on top of USC Aiken.
Make sure you get.
It's not about any one thing. It's about how everything comes together, how it all connects. People, ideas, resources, community, everything. Quality of life services. That's what we do. Sodexo.
What do you get when you take your favorite food and stuff it inside a pocket of homemade dough?
Bottom of the eighth we go. Leading off for Tampa will be Dan Sullivan, who's been the hitting star of this game with a home run, and he singled his last time up and drove in a run.
He's had a fantastic back-to-back homestand. Well, the 16-game homestand. He's been good at home so far this year.
This is just game 4 of a 16-game homestand.
Don't know if that's a record in its own right, but
it'd be hard to beat.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, teams down here will get a lot more home games because teams come down here to play them.
Indeed.
We've got Bridgeport coming in sooner, Mississippi College coming in later, Seton Hill, which is a ranked team, I believe, and Northwood, Michigan coming down. They've been down here before.
First half of my spring break, we'll be getting to call games with you, Mr. Ike, until I leave the 8th, and then I head out on the 9th. I'm going to head my way over to Kentucky, see the Louisville Slugger Bat Museum, so that should be pretty cool.
So, they're on the road there. You're going to have to be back for this, though.
Yeah, for sure, I'll be back.
St. Leo?
I come back on the 13th. So.
Okay. You're on your own.
Yep. Yeah, definitely be back there.
Doing a cruise we've had on the books for 2 years.
Interesting. What cruise line are you taking?
Norwegian.
Beautiful.
Going to do the Western Caribbean. We booked it 2 years ago.
Awesome.
And then something happened in the world.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I haven't really been paying attention to the news, Jack.
And well, we believed it. So they postponed the cruise. We then scheduled it for Christmas and said they'll have this thing figured out in 9 months.
Good foresight.
2 years later.
I spent a lot of my life actually on a cruise ship. A single mother, so as long as I didn't jump overboard, we could get fed and do whatever we want. Sullivan.
That one's hit into left center, off the wall on a fly. Sullivan cruising into second, and will get himself a stand-up double as he has a 3-hit day.
I mean, Sullivan's on a hot streak. I'm going to have to ask him some lottery numbers later on because the third double in 2 weekends and 2 home runs. He's putting up video game numbers.
I think that should be worth 3/4 of a mile. It hit the fence.
We started going there. I'm going to be running from here to California and back. I'm not trying to be David Goggins running across the world here. Thought it was as a marketer. Thought it was going to be a decent marketing strategy. Slowly start backfiring as the year goes on. We have a righty warming up, 2 righties warming up in the Pacers bullpen.
We're not going to be going run, Forrest, run?
No. I'm not. I will never be run, Forrest, run.
I think a little trip from the dugout coming up here. Yep. Again, the strategy with a man on second with nobody out is let's keep this at a 3-1 game. Yeah. Come up with a strategy.
Let's give us a top of the 9th chance. It'll be interesting to see who the closer is. I'm assuming Nelson's going to run back out there, but we do look to have
catcher down there now.
Yeah.
2 catchers.
Maybe they're just playing a good old-fashioned catch.
Unless the closer is going to be wearing shin guards.
Yeah. That would be a first. That would be record breaking.
You'd have to wonder what his pitching stats are.
I don't know. Yeah. It'd be a very interesting move there by Coach Urso.
Might inhibit the motion.
Indeed.
Kean Knutson waiting to come up. He came in as a pinch hitter last inning, or a couple innings ago.
Beautiful bunt down the first base line, getting a run. It's a lost start. That fantastic work by our audio crew here.
Yep.
But I want to obviously mention that. Obviously, any of the younger Spartans or college kids, bunting is not as often seen in the game today, but it's a crucial part. And we're going to have the Krispy Kreme call to the bullpen for the Pacers.
It took a while for him. Finally, the umpire came out and said, "Okay, put up or shut up here. You changing pitchers or not?" And they do.
Was it? Dylan Wilhelm, right-handed pitcher, 6'2", from Bogart, Georgia. Everyone from Georgia, from North Dakota High School. Actually played football against them in high school.
This is his third appearance of the year. Does have 2 saves already, so he is. Sounds like their closer coming in with a 3-1 deficit this time, though.
That's a very interesting release.
Only has 1 full inning of pitching in 2 appearances. Has a walk, a strikeout, and has an ERA. They've got no hits off him, and his ERA is sitting at 0.
It'll be very interesting to see how they hit against him. He's a lot of movement on his pitch. He seems to bring his entire body in, rotate, and throw.
Yeah, brings the knee way back to more than halfway.
Doesn't look comfortable from my viewpoint, but it must work for him at the college level. Also 34, you never really usually see that number on the mound too often. I often think of David Ortiz, Hall of Famer.
Talked to the coach at USC Aiken before the game. I said, did you get in today or yesterday? He said, we got in yesterday, and Joe let us work out on the field. Nice of him to do that for us. Well, obviously, these guys have been out enough. They played 6 games, so they've been outside and been playing baseball.
Sure. Speaking of how nice this field is, we always bring it up, but talking to Kevin Kiermaier, I was mentioning there's been a lot of major leaguers, colleges using this field. They appreciate it. Nolan Arenado in the summer, and Marcus Stroman occasionally will come his way over, throw a bullpen or two.
So Knudsen at the plate. Wilhelm on the mound. First pitch shows bunt, pulls it back. Called strike. So just like last at bat, they're looking for Knudsen to lay one down.
Both coaches not seeming to agree with the call. Nonetheless, it stands 0-1. Interesting choice.
I thought he offered. We see him right in front of us, so. Pulls that one. Oh, and he called a strike on that one, though. That was a tough one. Even if it's a strike, that's a tough one to bunt because it's high.
It was moving, too, so if he would have got it on it, it probably would have been foul anyway.
Yeah. Now, you probably call it off, and you're swinging away.
But see,
with 2 strikes.
This is the chess game, the old relief pitcher to me. I wouldn't be shocked if he bunted again.
Joe's done that.
Yeah, because it's expected when you don't. So it'll be interesting to see.
Now with an 0-2 count, Wilhelm might not be throwing anything down the middle. We will see. Does show bunt offered. And I think they're saying, well, are they calling him out or what? No, they're saying he did not offer. They had to appeal it to the base umpire.
It's a little confusing. First I thought he bunted it, then I thought he didn't bunt it. And then
it was in the dirt.
I think that's why Sullivan was a little confused himself, too. He didn't.
But he did go through with the bunt. Had the bunt on. Now we're at 1-2. Do they do it again? Yes. Gets it down, he's out.
Well, not a bad idea. Same premise. Maybe a little bit more confident in bunting than hitting at the moment. Obviously, I always found that hard when coaches would tell me to bunt because I was quick in my younger ages. And they would tell you to bunt, and you've already tried to go to bunt twice, so you're not really prepared to hit. And when you're young, you don't have all the same strategies as you would after you don't. So you missed the first 2, and now you're sitting here. Do I just go for 3, throw it away, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
See, I wouldn't have been surprised that if Joe got him to third, that he had JD bunt him in.
No, I wouldn't be shocked either.
Back-to-back bunts, but that's off the board now. And there's a hit over to the first baseman.
Does the job.
Does move him over. In effect, a sacrifice.
Won't show anything.
Swinging bunt, as we used to call him.
Won't show anything on his stats, but that's some good fundamental baseball. Just to get the runner over. It was 1 out, and now you have up to the plate.
Now up for the Spartans is Mr. Lala, Jordan Lala.
With a chance to make this a 4-1 game, I still believe a save opportunity would be in store.
Lala sees a curveball catch the outside corner. Nobody in the Spartan bullpen, so Nelson will be heading back out to the mound for inning number 9.
It'll be interesting to see if Wilhelm will pitch Saturday or Sunday, having a decent outing. Motion
ball high.
Seeming to throwing off the Spartans a little bit. Kind of hides the ball longer with that little turn and then kind of puts his arm down and throws it.
A 1 on the way in the dirt. I was reading this, just a short article on pitching and how everything is just so done by the book. Nobody, for the most part, has a different pitching style compared to what you used to have. If you look at the 60s, 70s, which you'll have to go to encyclopedia.
Now that's somebody like music, but pitchers I used to...
Louis Tiant, who used to turn totally his back against it. Juan Marichal had a huge leg kick. Swing and miss at an inside pitch.
I want to mention what MLB The Show does, a video game, the main MLB video game that a lot of kids have. They do a good job. They add these veteran cards in, so you can see they're all wind up. They have all the old stuff. John Smoltz had kind of an older style wind up too, growing up, so I got to see that. And that's a good
inning is over. Lala goes down, called on strikes. We will head to the final at bat, possibly, for USC Aiken. It is 3-1 Tampa on top right here on TampaSpartans.tv. Top of the ninth, last chance for the Pacers, as the Spartans are holding on to a 3-1 lead. Spartans scored 1 in the second on a Dan Sullivan home run, added 2 in the sixth as Dan Sullivan drove one in.
Well, everyone in the ballpark get a little unruly. Josh Rulai is now catching.
So Drew Earhart's day, actually Drew is at third base.
Such
an asset. Play anywhere, yeah.
Such an asset. If I can ever tell any young Spartans anything about the game of baseball, I didn't like it as a kid because I always thought, I'm a second baseman, I want to be a second baseman. If you can play almost any position, you will find your spot on a roster somewhere, somehow.
First pitch to Graves, swing and a miss.
If you can hit, they'll sign you. If you can play any position, they'll sign you. And if you're a left-handed pitcher, you can play anywhere you ever wanted to play.
Foul off. It's going to get up onto the screen.
Ooh, just barely avoiding Cass Street. That's I'm amazed I never see signs, like a foul ball sign.
What are they going to tell you? It may hit your car.
Well, I don't know. I just...
True. Even if they tell you, what are you going to do?
True, yeah, I don't know. Swerve and hit somebody.
Swerve the whole way and hope you did it.
Good point, yeah. I don't know.
Though I'm sure it would be very unsettling no matter where it hit on your car.
No, it would be. That's what I'm saying. At least knowing that it could happen, you know. I'm assuming insurance, well, I don't know if the street must be the city of Tampa, but
yeah,
I guess the school.
I'm sure the school will
have to pay for it.
It's all been figured out. And there's another one. That one stays in.
Does that go in?
Yeah, it
stayed
in.
I can't tell because of the back one over there.
Landed on the Spartans' dugout. So now 2 strikes. Ball 1, 2 strikes to Graves, first hitter in the ninth.
Any Spartans out there, I want to get the fun fact. How much netting surrounds the park? I need the number because it's a lot.
Ball high.
I could just get that square from pole to pole. I could probably.
I mean, this net, I would say easily is 90 feet high, maybe 100.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to think of it, if you lay it down, it would go baseline.
It's about as high as Marsani for sure.
Yeah. Again, that one will stay in.
Yep.
Hey, Sam, do you know the records for the final 9 if it stays like this? Is Nelson or Herb will be Nelson?
Good start. And then I think Nelson gets a save.
And the pitch. Again, it's just staying at bat, fouling them off to the left. They're staying in the park.
I was going to mention that. I forgot to bring it up. Saturday, we had a 13-pitch at bat. That was a long one.
And resulted in a
hit for the Hurricanes, yeah. That was a battle for sure. And I believe it was one of the relief pitchers, so
2-2 again.
Which game it was?
Swing and a miss. Got him to strike out. Drop third strike, though. They throw it to Sullivan for the out. 2 outs to go in the game. Spartans looking to run their record to 6-1 on the year.
Nelson wins the battle.
Well, he finally just threw a low and inside.
Yeah.
Said, I'm going to not give you the chance to
hit it foul.
Tap it foul.
Yeah.
Blankenship to the plate. 1 for 3 on the day. Actually, 0 for 3 on the day. Got on with an error, E6. Nelson sets. Here it comes. Fouled off, this time right side.
Well, great game so far. Hopefully it stands for the Spartans. They will move on to 6-1. Obviously can't thank enough Kevin Kiermaier for everything he did here tonight.
Yes.
Fantastic showing.
Nice off-speed pitch. Call strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Also want to shout out all the sports management and the marketing director, Miss Tori. Fantastic
She's
job.
new here, isn't she?
I believe so.
Relatively.
New as a marketing director, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I want to speak.
1-2. Slapped into right field for a base hit, so they stay alive. Fielded by Cumbo, thrown in. Tying run will walk to the plate.
Well, I was thinking of dinner plans, but hey, you never know.
Well, might be 5 minutes, might be 30 minutes.
Yeah. It's going to be ramen either way, Jack.
Those are the dinner plans.
Those are the dinner plans, yep. And not expensive one. I can make sure of that. Just decide between beef flavored or shrimp flavored.
Sharp at the plate, slaps one, gets through the middle, so the inning stays alive.
Things are starting to get dangerous here for the Spartans.
And I tell you, he did slap that one through the middle. He just made contact and just got under the mid of Drew Earhart at third.
Now we're sitting at 11 total hits between the two teams. 5 for the Pacers, 6 for the Spartans.
Brings up Seuss, who's came in as a pinch hitter a couple innings ago.
Sharp will be a point of emphasis for the next 2 games, as he's 3 for 4. He's the only other Pacer who has hits, or 1 for 4, I should say. So.
Fairly deep in the outfield now, as they don't want anything getting to the wall because the tying run is now on first. Want everything to happen in front of them. First pitch is a ball. Runners at first and second. 1 out. 3-1. Tampa leads top of the 9th against South Carolina Aiken. Nelson in the stretch. Look back at second. Hit foul out of play. Looked like a good pitch to hit.
So the one thing about people who pitch fast, when people start hitting you, the ball goes farther. That's just how it works. So a little off-speed action may be happening. No one warming up in the bullpen. They're sticking strong with Nelson. Runners are on first and second. No need to make a change just yet.
Seuss waits. Nelson. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Major leagues will be just like college this year. There will be no pitchers hitting.
Yeah, is that official?
That was
National League went DH?
The one thing I think they did come to a conclusion on is that Portillo Colon's
lone
home run will be the greatest home run a pitcher's ever hit. Famously remember down the left field line.
1-2. Ground ball. Can they get one?
Dangerous.
It's going to be tough. Earhart.
That's a controversial foul, ladies and gentlemen. Bases are now loaded. Oh, that's... I mean, you can't challenge it. Nope. That's... I thought he was out by maybe a quarter of a step, but...
It was a tough play. Earhart had to really come in and took it on the halfway to home plate. Bases loaded now with 1 out.
So see, now what do you do if you're Mr. Coach Urso? Obviously, you have faith in Nelson. Bases loaded.
Here comes Sam Militello for at least a little conference on the mound.
Next game.
Sam's the pitching coach.
Next time, just remind me to be quiet. I was trying to, again, say dinner plans and may have jinxed it.
Yeah. Well, you got him to rally, but now you goofed it up this way.
Do for it. Metello, obviously, you want to mention, his number is retired here, also with Mr. Urso, number 7 and 22. Both are up there over there in right field.
First time today the Spartans have had a little confab on the mound. USC Aiken's had a couple meetings.
They're tied with hits, 6 and 6. Spartans obviously having 4 errors, which you would almost never see from the Spartans. At least one in multiple games. Nevertheless, 4, but just one of those days. Game. Spartans are still winning 3-1. The crowd for the opposing side seeming to come alive. Spartans fans also energized.
Eckerd now at the plate. The shortstop came in as a pinch hitter a few innings ago. First pitch to him is a called strike. Bases loaded, tying run, standing on second. USC Aiken waiting till the 9th to see if they can come back in this game. The pitch. Base hit, that could tie it. Are they going to send him? No. 1 run will score. Bases are still loaded.
Scores
and it's a 3-2 game. But it's Nelson's to win or lose because nobody is warming up. Solid base hit by Eckerd. We have some USC Aiken fans in front of us who were
not
happy with the call to keep the runner, but I would have kept him.
I think it was a smart base running decision. There's a pinch runner over there going for second, as that's the winning run.
Yep.
Obviously, we're at home, so we'll
lead run.
Lead run, I should say. I think it was a smart move by the Aiken runner. I can't see the number over there because it was a line drive. They always tell you to freeze on a line drive because 1 out. If the guy catches it, it's a double play ball game. So as much as you want that to be the tying run, a long fly ball could tie it here for Aiken. So I don't know. It's a toss-up thing. If you're a fan, you obviously want that second run to score.
Well, he did stay at second base when it was hit. He froze, made sure it got down.
That's a smart move, I would say. As much as you want that to be the
it's do you make the decision, we'll take our chances, and if he's thrown out at the plate, that's 2 outs.
Well, I'm talking about when he saw the line drive, he froze
he
second.
stayed.
That probably was the reason they didn't send him, but like I said, that was actually a smart move because the guy behind him catches it, tags it, ball
2 outs, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, 2 outs, you got to.
Yeah. McQuillan, the leadoff hitter, ground ball. Stop. They get one. The return. Double play. And the Spartans win it. Wow.
Wait, there's some... Wait. What? Oh, he did this.
No, it was a double play.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a double play.
I'm going to eat my dinner, folks.
It was a 6-4-3 to end this one. And a great play by the Spartans with the tying run on third base. But the Spartans prevail. A 3-2 winner over USC Aiken, getting a double play on the last at-bat of the game. Spartans now go to 6-1 on the year. USC Aiken is 4-3. The line score for today's game for the Tampa Spartans: 3 runs, 6 hits, 4 errors. They left 7 for USC Aiken. 2 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors. They left 6. Ball game at 3 o'clock tomorrow, and join us then. You've been watching this game on TampaSpartans.tv.
Have a good night, everybody.